And that's where we're going to pick it up. These things turned into some horrible monster beasties, and we had just rolled initiative. And so we are
Yes.
going to, let me put everybody into the proper order here.
I think
Descending.
my initiative was wrong, though, because it says I rolled a 6.
That seems right to me.
I
It's
don't think
curious.
so. I think
That's interesting. So let's kick it off with combat melody. You are up first with Rialta on deck.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna move over here because I think that gives me yes. And let's start it off with
Oh, Cerberus, you may also take your inspo for the recap. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I shall take my inspo.
let's start it off right with a hold person on this thing.
Ooh,
Yes.
old person. All right. Well, that's less than ideal.
Wisdom spell save is 14.
Wisdom saving throw. Well, he has a very good wisdom save. Let's see. I will spend an inspo.
I think
It-
old person was strength.
No, hold person is wisdom. Only one question. I hate that I'm even asking it. Is this a humanoid, Kelly?
It's demonic.
I'm asking about the type.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. It is humanoid. Yes, actually.
Okay, great. Woo.
All right. We're gonna do a wisdom save. I'm gonna spend an inspo for advantage. Well, my
Real
first
quick,
roll was a 20, so I'm good.
can we have a
Shit.
quick vote in the chat? Does everybody just type 1 for screw you, Callie? If everyone just wants to 1 for screw you, Callie.
It's not a
Tired of
vote.
that.
That's just to press a button.
That's a vote.
All right. So you tried to cast a whole person on this thing, and it turns and looks at you, but it doesn't turn its head. The eyes on it just move across its face until
Ew.
it is on the side of its face and look at
Nope.
you.
Oh,
No.
I hate it.
Yeah, no. Wait, does its mouth move with it?
The mouth does not move. No.
Okay.
Okay, and
Gross.
for my bonus action, I would like to inspire. Um, hmm. I'm going to inspire Caldana.
You have inspired Caldana. Caldana, you feel inspired. You don't know why, but you sense it might have
Okay.
something to do with melody.
You don't know why? That's crazy. What an inspiration.
What do you tell Caldana, Melody?
I am going to tell her you can do this.
Hell yeah.
That's it. That's it.
It's really simple.
For now.
She believes you, though. All right. Is that all?
Yes.
Rialta, you are up with the Demonette on deck.
All right, cool. Would you say that I am able to strike the demonette from here?
I would say with a range attack?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
With a physical? No. With a melee? No.
All right, so I'm so sorry. Just need to triple check. Okay. All right, we're just gonna do it this way to start out safe. I am going to. I'm just gonna cast Produce Flame, so that is a ranged spell attack.
All right.
So let me do. I don't have the ranged spell attack up. Sorry. Okay. Then we'll do it this way. Range spell attack is +6. That's a natural 1, so that's a nope.
May spend an inspo if you like to try again.
Sure. That is kind of you.
That's how Robbie does it in his game, so it's fair.
Okay, well, that's a better roll. That's 16 + 6 is 22.
That hits.
All right, so just 1d8 of flame damage.
All right.
I'm not quite done yet.
Fair enough.
So that is 7 fire damage on Produce Flame. So you see what looks like it's probably just meant to light a bonfire, but then it becomes a little fireball.
All right.
Then, bonus action, I'm going to activate my starry form of the Archer. So you kind of see your starry form once again, but it coalesces with constellations into a bow and arrow in her hands.
Ooh.
And I can do this turn, so I'm going to do another spell attack. I rolled a 1 again.
Like I say, you're allowed to spend an inspo
Yeah,
after the
okay.
fact if you want to reroll. That's fine.
That is so irritating. Nope, that's a nope too. That's only gonna be a total of 9. So
No.
next one does not hit. I'm
All right.
afraid.
So the first one, you lob this fireball at it, and the demonette, as its eyes were focused on Melody, those eyes shift right back over as this thing hits right into its chest, and it lets out a hiss. It's not even like a guttural cry. It's just like a hiss, like steam releasing as it hits. But the second one, as you fire, what were you shooting at the second time? Just like the light constellation?
Yeah, it's this range. It's the
This-
range form with that.
Yeah, so there's like this light bow or this light arrow that you fire at it. Its body just quivers for a moment and then shifts out of the way, and the light passes through. All right, is that all?
That's all I can do.
The demonette's turn with Carmen on deck. So the demon, glancing out at you all, seems to look around, gazing at each of you for a moment, and then smiling as it takes a step forward, and then another step forward. Actually, no, sorry. First, it is going to cast haste on itself.
Hate that.
Nah, I don't. No.
I need a good symbol for haste.
Spell?
So it's going to cast haste on itself, and then it's going to take a step forward, another step forward, and then it will bonus action to step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. So you watch as this thing steps forward twice and then just vanishes down into the shadows and pops up on the other side of you, all standing next to Carmen and Callie. And it has turned and is facing at this pink-haired girl and is grinning. From its back, you see as these chitinous plates erupt out of the black sludge on its back, and beneath them, you see lights. These beautiful, multicolored lights, and they are very hard not to look at.
Oh boy.
Anyone within 15 feet needs to make me a wisdom save.
Not with those dice.
Should be everybody.
Is this a charm effect?
This is indeed a charm effect.
Wisdom save, you said?
Yes, wisdom save, and this is a charm effect. If you
Are you kidding
have
me?
something for that.
Okay.
17?
That's a 10, I guess.
Okay. Everyone can drop their numbers in there. Drop their numbers in the chat, please.
Oh, this is
Second, I'm just.
Okay. Wisdom. You said wisdom, right?
Wisdom saves, yes.
Oh, fuck me.
Wisdom save, where are you?
That was not good.
Here it is. Wisdom save.
I have the highest wisdom, and I still only rolled a 10 total. Ah!
I have proficiency in wisdom, which helps for sure.
So do I.
Nice. So looks like we got 10, 17, 17, 4, and 18. Anyone who rolled under a 15, you are charmed for 1 minute. If you are over, you are able to resist the effect of this charm. For those of you who remember, you just cannot take a hostile action against the creature you are charmed to. Also, you get advantage on any social interactions with it. Or it gets advantage on. Sorry,
That's social.
Sorry,
Yeah.
other
I
way
mean,
around.
we're all
Other
we're
way
all
around.
it's charmed that we're charmed by it.
Yes, exactly. So it is going to do that, and then it makes a attack with its claw, which it will attack Carmen. That might not hit her, actually. That was a garbage roll. What's his plus to attack? 6. That's only a 15. That misses. So it you see as its hand transforms into this long, jagged claw, which it swings, and then it misses as Carmen ducks underneath it. Not liking the look of that one bit. And that is the end of the demonette's turn. On to Carmen's turn. Brux, you are on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Carmen looks at that thing and goes, "No, thank you," and she is gonna try and stab it with her dagger that she got back finally. That is going to miss. That one will hit, however. 3 plus 5 will hit for 8 damage. So she takes 2 swings at this one. The first one, the beast dodges, but the second one, it is not so fortunate, and she is able to plunge her dagger into it, which she quickly recoils back because the ooze starts dripping out onto her hand, and she doesn't like that very much, so she pulls her hand back. That is Carmen's turn. On to Brux with the cacklers on deck.
So I can still attack them normally.
You can, yes, you cannot make any aggressive actions against the demonette, but you can attack the cacklers.
And then my brain is broken from doing the Pathfinder stuff. I can move and attack in turn.
Yes.
You can move and attack, yes, absolutely.
yes.
Okay.
Movement's a whole separate set of
Action.
actions.
You can move, attack, and then move again as long as you have enough movement left.
The other thing I've been doing is Pathfinder 2 and Tilly's game, and it's set up very differently. Okay. So what is my walk? Oh yeah, that's it. Well, actually, okay, so it won't really simply let me measure like a area of something. So if I like targeted something there using the ruler, everything's within 20 feet of it, right?
Yeah, so if you target like right there, and it's 20 feet around, that's how it works.
Okay. Well, then we're going to go ahead and do that.
I don't know that I like what's about to happen here.
So just to double check, we're just accepting the ruler measurements because I have another group that's very pedantic about how triangles work.
What? No, yes, we're accepting the ruler measurements.
Okay.
Tell them
Just
to get
wanted double
bent.
check.
This is not a group of math nerds. It's fine.
I mean, we could do the math, but who wants to do that?
Yeah, that is not what we're about here.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
I just wanted to double check and make sure.
Also, I'm gay. I
So,
I
can't
very
do
much
math.
support with not being pedantic about the fucking distance on angles.
Okay, fair
is
enough.
that the one clear run?
All right, Brux. So
No,
what are we?
that's not Claire's campaign, actually.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Brux, what are we doing?
So we're reaching into the little pouch, flick as I mutter an incantation, flicking some sand out and doing sleep.
Ah.
Nice,
Oh
nice.
shit! I forgot sleep's really good at low levels.
So let's see. That is...
Yeah, there's the reason why Black Mages took it.
Yeah.
And then it started not mattering at level 30.
You know, those guys were supposed to be a problem in this encounter, unlike the last one.
For a total of 42.
Well, that's enough to put all of them to sleep.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
So they each have 10 HP, so they will all fall asleep.
So they're all unconscious.
That is a bummer. I mean, not for you, but definitely for me. Is there not a good symbol for sleep here? What the fuck?
No.
There- oh,
I
wait.
mean, when someone falls asleep, they're technically unconscious. It's the same thing.
Yeah. It literally is the same thing.
So I don't know if it has an unconscious symbol, but
We'll just use this one. I just need to know that they're asleep.
now remember, Kelly, they drop whatever they're holding and fall prone.
Yep, they are all prone, laying on the ground, doing a snooze at the moment.
And remember that any attack against them is automatically a critical hit
That
and rolls
is-
advantage.
That is very true.
Well, it's
can-
only a critical hit if we're within 5 feet of them. But
Brux, do they get to make a save of any kind to wake up during this?
Only if they're
Let's see.
hit, I
Roll
think.
5d8 total. Creatures 50.
I think it's only if they're
In
hit.
order.
No.
Falls unconscious until the spell ends. They take damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper
yeah,
away.
they have to be woken up.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, then.
Or it's also duration 1 minute as well.
Fair enough.
So,
All right,
so-
Brux.
we have worked on evening the fucking odds.
I would say you have unevened the odds. I had 5 enemies for 5 people.
Yeah, well. You know,
Fighting
get a
demons.
thing.
This is evening the odds for sure.
All right. Is that all for your turn, Brooks?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, it is the Cackler's turn. They all are sleeping. So it is Callie's turn. After the Cacklers, the Demonette is going to use a legendary action. And it is going to attempt to grapple Callie.
Maybe I will. Jeez.
All right. And she will make a contested strength check against that. Wow, Callie, that's a 2. Very nice. So, as y'all are kind of watching this, the Demonette is right now focused on Carmen. However, out of its side, you see another
No.
thing emerge out of it. This dark, shadowy figure. Caldana, it looks kind of familiar to you. You've seen it somewhere before, you're pretty sure, as it crawls out and both hands grasp onto Callie's shoulders and holds her and just stares into her eyes. And she looks panicked. And on her turn, she's going to try to break this grapple.
Donna, why have you seen this before? That's
Oh
not good.
no! Why have I seen this?
That's
before?
not. That's not. It's not
You
good.
you saw it in the mine when it fled your body.
Oh, it's
She
that bitch.
she rolls a 7 - 1 for her strength check, so that's a 6.
I'm assuming that won't work.
So she remains trapped in this thing's
Mhm.
grasp. That is all for Callie's turn. On to Caldana with Cerberus on deck.
Okay, bonus action, rage.
Seems reasonable.
I'm gonna run over here. I forget what flanking does.
Plus
Plus
2
2.
attack
Plus
in
2.
this.
Plus 2 to your attack.
I'm gonna attempt.
Remember to
do
add
this
your
first.
rage
Oh, God.
bonuses too.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah, I
forget
know.
that this time.
I have no idea where that dice went. I only like halfway picked it up in the first place. Well, that's a 15 on the dice. What the fuck do I add to this? It's been a minute.
I say it does have a plus
Strength.
2 to its AC right now because of haste.
Strength, proficiency, and then whatever your
Well, this
rage
gets
adds.
gets my attack up to a 22 because it's what
That
you just
hits.
said plus 2 from
Yes, plus 2 for
Flanking.
the ranged. Yes.
flanking.
Yep.
Cool.
So that hits.
There's a d6. There's a d6. Okay, so 9 from the regular attack, 2 from rage. So that's 11, and then I have what's it called? Divine Fury,
Hmm.
which does radiant damage. Okay, 1d6 plus half my level. Do we round that up or down again?
Down. Everything rounds down.
So that rounds down to 1 plus a d6, so 7 radiant damage.
All right. What's the total damage?
18.
Okay. Thank you.
That is on everything you attack.
Yep,
The first creature you hit on each turn with a weapon attack.
but considering I only have 1 attack, yeah.
Yeah. 1d6 plus your barbarian level in radiant.
Half my half barbarian
Half.
level.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it 4 right now, anyways?
Oh shit, you're right. I thought we were level 3. So that's 19 damage, Kelly.
19.
So -1 more.
I can
Is it
do
dead?
basic
Is it
D&D things.
It is
Callie.
not dead. No,
Is it
it
dead?
is not.
Callie's it dead?
Is that all, Caldana?
Callie's it dead?
Is it wounded?
Bonus action, yeah.
Is it
All right.
bloodied?
It is not bloodied.
Is it
Cerberus,
angry?
it is definitely angry. One sec, I have to make
Okay.
a concentration check, actually. Which it succeeds. Cerberus, you're up with Melody on deck.
Interesting. I have to make concentration checks. That might change what I was going to do. I was
Well,
going.
it cast haste on itself, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to end that. I was going to cast protection from good and evil on Callie, but instead I'm going to wallop the fuck out of it now that I remember we need to break its haste.
That is not a horrible strategy.
So I'm going to come right up here in its booty butthole. Okay.
Mhm.
Actually, wait. With Callie there, if I go here, am I flanking it?
You are.
Yay, strategy.
I'm going to get right in its booty hole. I hope you ready. I hope you ready, demon boy. Oh yeah.
Just waiting for the nat 20 divine smite.
We're gonna have a hootenanny with ya. All right, I'm gonna spend one of my inspos. I'm gonna get advantage on my attack roll, and I'm going to strike it with my longsword. I brandish my shield. Roll. There it is.
21 will hit.
21 will hit, and then I'm gonna smite on it. So first, let me roll the
Do you
base
really have to
damage.
smite on it, though? I mean, I don't feel like it's that necessary.
Sorry, I rolled an attack again for whatever
That's
reason.
fine. Yeah.
Let me just read. Yeah.
On the actual window, click longsword one-handed +6 where it's where it dropped it in the chat.
Oh, I have to do it here.
Yeah, you can do it
Okay,
in the
got
chat. There
That's
you go.
fine. So
Level
that's
5.
the slashing damage, and then
Oh.
I need to roll my smite, which if I do a level 1 is 3d8 because of my bonus, right? So it's an additional 3d8 damage. How do you roll in this thing? Do you just hit, like, to set the dice? How do you do it?
/R if you want to.
Just /R? Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
/R. Do I need a space after the R?
Yes.
Space 3d8. 13 additional, so that is a total of 24 damage. 13 of it is radiant.
24 damage. Right, thank you.
Traverse will brandish his sword. It is covered in the purple moth light. He brings it down upon the foul poo creature.
Very well. Very nice. So indeed, you brandish your sword and plunge it in, and divine light radiates through it, which the beast does not seem to like. It is seems very pissed off as you do this. We hit the bottom of the turn order.
Con
And
save
as
for the concentration.
oh, sorry, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what it has to a con save bonus. At our last time. Pretty good con check. It will make its con save. All right. Okay. At the bottom of the turn order, this thing.
That was inside me.
That is the Watcher, indeed. That is what was inside you.
Wait, where did this show up?
It should be right on the map, right above the demonette now.
No, I don't like that thing.
It is still holding as the demonette now turns to pay its attention over towards Caldana and Cerberus. The demonette is now coming, or the Watcher is now coming out of its back and is still holding Callie by the head. Its eyes met on her, and it is going to attempt to steal her soul.
What?
Don't do that. We need that.
Well, you don't need that, but she does.
We might. We have to get the other copy of the book signed.
Exactly.
You need volume. You need a whole matched set.
Yeah.
You watch as this beast, this monster, this ghost or wraith, looks into her eyes, and all of a sudden, as she's been trying to pull at this thing's hands, get it off of her, her hands just suddenly flop down to her sides.
Oof.
Her eyes glaze over as this little orb comes out of her mouth and enters into the Watcher, which then recedes right back into the demonette.
Oh, that
Yeah,
is
we
not
should-
okay.
I should have given her that save bonus. Oh, boy.
And it vanishes again back into the demonette, which now heals.
Wait, what?
It heals. Guys, we gotta.
You watch as this thing which you had been carving into, the wounds on it begin to heal, feeding off of the soul that it was just brought.
Oh,
What's
boy.
the
Are you sure
opposite of
that's
thank you?
illegal?
Yeah, that's not. That's
Creatures
not
we fight aren't allowed to heal.
Yeah.
Callie's body drops limp to the ground, unconscious.
Soulless.
Definitely soulless. Melody, it is your turn.
Okay.
Carmen
well,
looks freaked out. She's not happy.
my
Who
plan
can blame her?
has gone awry, so we're gonna do this instead. We're gonna we're gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on this thing.
Dissonant Whispers.
As Melody yells out, "You put that thing back where you came from, or so help me! I will write a bad song about you. It's gonna be ugly. I'm gonna call you ugly."
Okay.
I mean, it is ugly.
The target must make a wisdom save. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you. Alright.
Spell save is 14.
All right. Well, we'll see how that goes. That is a 8 plus 5 is 13. Does not succeed.
All right, so 3d6 psychic damage for a 12.
All right. So it is going to take 12 psychic damage. And as it has, it'll have to spend its reaction to run away. While it does so, it's going to also spend a legendary action to try to have the Watcher grapple on to Carmen. No, onto Cerberus. So
What
as
is it about it? It has a reaction to run away. What is that?
it has to spend part of Dissonant Whispers. It has to spend its reaction to run
Oh,
away.
I see.
So as it's doing that, the Watcher is going to try and latch on to Cerberus.
Good try, demon.
It has you have to make a contested strength check against its strength. You are going against a 22.
Little do you know about Varus is that he is going to use his other advantage.
Seems reasonable.
All right.
15,
Jesus
20, 25,
Christ.
30.
I fail.
All right. So he is going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 up to here. Actually, it's double his speed because he's got haste. So he's going to run up to here, in fact.
I said, come back here and put that back.
He runs full speed away because you Dissonant Whispers him. Meanwhile, the Watcher is going to hang out.
I don't see him anymore.
Sorry, I have to.
Oh, there. Oh, he went a ways away.
What the hell? Yeah, there we go. Token layer. And the Watcher is going to get on there and is going to grapple onto Cerberus.
How does Dissonant Whispers work in terms of forced movement for opportunity attacks?
I don't know if force movement provokes opportunity attacks.
Yeah, I
ever.
don't
Forced
think it
movement
does.
doesn't, but I don't know if it counts. Like, I know if you drag something, it doesn't count, but I don't know if something has to use movement, if that counts or not.
I think that counts.
I feel like it.
Just,
When
when a hostile creature to make an opportunity attack, you use your reaction. But what about force?
Here we go. It's the most commonly asked question about this. The movement from Dissonant Whispers does provoke an opportunity attack.
Great.
There you go.
That's
So
provoked by all of us.
But only people who are not charmed. So
Great.
Cerberus,
All of
Caldana,
us in melee range.
yeah, all of you in melee range can make a opportunity attack on the Demonette,
And
yes.
Carmen too.
And Carmen, yes. Carmen.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, Carmen.
Aha! Nat 20.
That's going to be a bad day for the Demonette.
14, 16. What the hell does my character sheet go? 19 damage.
All right.
And
Cerberus,
I
I'll
don't
let you
get
do
to
yours
do
as
the
well.
radiant because it's not the first
I
attack of my turn.
rolled. I don't think I'm gonna. Jesus Christ! I got a 8.
An 8.
So
No.
I'm
Okay.
not gonna hit.
All right. And Carmen also whiffed. So 19, you said?
Mhm.
Okay. That was not a great turn for the Demonette. All right. Rialta, you are up.
Wait, I have
Oh, sorry.
for my bonus action, I would like to inspire Carmen with a with a quick song.
Yep.
Hold on. I can get it to fucking line up. Okay. There we go. Oh shit. Where'd it go? There you go. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Carmen is awesome, super, super awesome. Watch her run and stab you in the face. And if I should say this about her, she swipes with grace. And that's about it. And she's just like, "You got this."
Melody taking inspiration. Carmen is inspired. All right, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Rialta, you are up
Okay.
with the demonette on deck.
I can attack this, but not the demonette, correct?
Correct. You may attack the Watcher or any of the Kecklers.
Callie, we did have one quick question relevant to this. For people that are charmed, they only have the opportunity to make that save at the end of their turn.
The end of their turn.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
okay. That's good to know.
So at the end of Rialta's turn, she can make the charm effect. To save
All
again.
right. Well, let's try this, and hopefully my dice will not betray me. I'm going to use Guiding Bolt on this guy.
On the Watcher.
Yes.
Sounds good. Let me go grab his AC so I know.
I am gonna spend an inspo because this is not doing well today. Okay. Any chance of 15 hits?
It does. On him,
Oh,
yes,
thank
actually.
God. Wow.
On the
okay.
demonette, no. On him, yes, actually.
All right. Well, that's good at least. Okay, so that is going to do 4d6 radiant damage.
Mhm.
I'll just do it here. 6. Okay, so that's 9 radiant damage.
Okay.
Next attack roll against this target has advantage. Does that count as mine for the bonus action I'm about to do, or does it have to be someone else's turn? I'm not
I
sure.
believe whatever the next attack made is.
Okay,
Whatever
so,
next attack roll is.
so that will be mine, because I'm about to do a ranged spell attack with my bonus action per my starry form. 16, I'm guessing, hits.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, the dice are being so mean today. So I'm gonna roll 1d8 plus 4. So that's gonna be 7 damage. Another 7 radiant damage.
Okay.
16 radiant total.
Yes, that's
Got it.
correct. I'm kind of flavoring this as just a really, really big, shiny arrow of light.
Sounds good. Indeed. So you hold your hand up, and 3 guiding bolts just blast out of it and hit the Watcher, and it kind of lets out a roar. It's a weird, eerie undulation that it lets out that you all heard in the mine when it fled out of Caldana. As you do hit it with the second thing, for a moment, it takes Callie's face and looks at you.
No.
Oh.
Take that.
Let's cut
I
that
don't
off.
like that.
Let's give it back. Give it back.
It is the demonette's turn with
I'm gonna use my con roll.
Carmen on deck. Yes, go ahead and make your charisma check or wisdom check.
Damn it.
You remain charmed. All right. The demonette, having taken a lot of abuse on the way out as it ran away, turns and lets out a roar that shakes the building, and it comes running at full speed back to Caldana.
Oh, shit.
And it is going to start laying into her. I'm going to first see if it is able to recharge its charm move. Oh, sorry, that's this dice. It does not recharge. And it's going to start attacking. First attack is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, no, I think that misses.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
No,
of course
okay.
it hits.
That is going to be 6 slashing and 7 poison damage.
What the fuck does rage have again? Is it everything, or is it just?
It's slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing damage.
Not, yeah, and like just
Non-magical.
regular physical stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to take 10 damage total. And then get those right. I don't want to. Okay. Attack again. That will be 24 to hit. Be another 10 damage. I will spend inspo. Oh, come on. Yes. And that last one is going to be 20 damage, so 40 damage total. Across his 3 hits that he's done so far.
I'm down.
You are down.
That seems like a problem.
Yep. The last one was a crit, to be fair. And then, yeah, it's going to walk over with its... actually, it is out of movement. Actually, it cannot move any further because it ran as far away as it possibly could. So that is all, I believe, for the Demonette. Which, yeah, so this... Caldana, this thing comes screaming full speed towards you and literally tackles you to the ground and just starts clawing at you and tearing out pieces of you.
Wait. Hold on. No, where'd it go? I have resistance to poison damage.
Infernal Constitution. You have resistance to cold and poison damage. All right, well then take off 20 damage, I suppose.
Woo! I'm alive!
Then I will have it make its final attack against you, at least.
Suddenly living.
It's what?
It's got 4. It has 4 attacks. It attacks twice each turn, but he's hasted, so he has 4 attacks.
It gets 2. Yeah, it gets 2 actions.
All right, so take. I guess it would be 10 more damage, but it's actually going to be 8 damage because you take 3 from the slashing and 5 from the poison. So 8 damage more.
Ow. Still.
Mm-hmm.
That's good luck with that.
It's the end of the Demonette's turn. It will spend a legendary action to have the Watcher make an attack on Cerberus. It is going. Cerberus, I need you to make a charisma save.
Hey, you're good at this, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am. Which is why it's actually, I believe I have a thing you don't know about this, Callie. It's called Charisma Backlash. Where when I succeed or fail at a charisma save, they also take damage equal to my charisma times my level times their HP.
I see. Go ahead and make a charisma save for me.
You could just say it's like a lot of 9s.
That's a lot of 9.
All right, 19.
19.
So this creature starts trying to... It isn't doing the same thing it did to Callie. It doesn't look like it's trying to steal your soul because it didn't recharge. So what it's doing instead is it's trying to possess you. And as it tries to push into you, you feel the wolf perk up and start growling as its fur stands on end. And then energy rises from within you. It feels very similar to when you sat in the glade with flora and fauna, and the creature is knocked back and is sent right back into the Demonette.
I yell.
Hitched a ride in my body.
I yell, yield!
It doesn't seem like it's intent on yielding, although it's now once again inside the Demonette, so it's hard to
Well, if it's not intent on yielding, I get to kill it. I gave it a chance.
That's reasonable. Carmen's up. And she's still kind of like, holy shit. Can I once again go ahead and say how angry I am that all my cacklers are asleep? They should be They should all be casting hideous laughter on you every turn, and that's making this a lot harder.
How happy I am that they're all asleep?
Yeah.
Can I tell you
I
about
don't know. That seems like a you problem, honestly.
It's starting to feel like a me problem.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll make it worse.
And making them us problems.
Jesus, Carmen.
What'd you get?
Well, she on her first attack, she rolled max damage, and on her second attack, she crit.
Oh! Carmen! Where in its butt is Carmen's dual daggers?
Hopefully in the Demonette.
This is Melody right now.
That was the butt.
All right. Okay. It survived its haste check, so at least there's that. But it's other than that, nope, not doing too good. That's the end of Carmen's turn. Brux, you're up with the cacklers doing a snooze on deck.
Fuck that haste check.
So, now that I've incapacitated them, I try and turn my attention, but I've got this weird lassitude in my thoughts. That doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. We'll worry about that later. So we're gonna run down in here. We're gonna pull out a big fuck off axe,
Oh boy.
and
Just
because
one
it's-
by one murder them.
Those
because
guys
it's-
don't have as you get advantage on the attack, so
Advantage on the
You
attack.
do. And well, that either way, it's a 19,
That crits either way too, because you're within 5 feet.
and how do you handle the crits?
you behead it.
Oh,
Eh,
okay.
you swing your axe down. It's sleeping on the ground, and you crit. You bisect it.
I get a Vorpal crit. Got it.
Yeah, you Vorpal crit. That's precisely what happened.
You snicker
Does-
snack, it's tatty
I was gonna
whack.
say, does the axe go snicker snack?
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
you just yucked his yum. He's dead.
It's not, Hunter, you're
What?
using it incorrectly.
Yucked is yum. That's not a thing.
Okay,
What?
see, I understand Rob not having heard that.
Yeah, I couldn't like it's such a good phrase. Like I get it now completely. I'm like, yeah, how have I
I'm
never heard
so
that?
shocked I knew that before you. I'm
How does one
legitimately shocked.
yuck one's yum?
a
It's
ki-
it's
a
it's
kink
used in the
term.
kink community when you say yuck to what someone is into.
Like, I don't want to
When-
yuck
when
someone's
you
yum.
when you like
Yeah.
judge it and say,
Yeah.
how could anybody be into that?
Yeah, don't yuck my yum.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so good. All right,
Oh.
Brooks, yeah, you bisect this this imp.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Or-
You guys handle that thing. I got this. It's fine.
or pansect it,
wisdom
whatever
save
it's.
for the,
Yeah.
term?
All right.
Wisdom save for the
It's a
term, right?
wisdom save, yep.
The exact same. Nope, we're good.
Okay.
God.
The cacklers are up. They all are having weird dreams that one of their friends just got bisected. But they're still sleeping.
Psychic?
Callie Page is up, and she is still laying on the ground, not moving even a little bit, and just staring up at the ceiling. So she's
How
done
long
for
does
the
it
turn.
take to digest a soul? Does anybody know?
That's a wonderful question. Caldana, you are up.
I would like to do a murder.
Listen, I understand you have some hard feelings about this demonette that tried to murder you in a turn.
I will not stop you in this murder.
And the ghost inside of it that has possessed you.
All right, well, you can go ahead and
A lot the ghost inside of it that possessed me, yes.
yeah, okay, you can go for it. Try and you can try and kill it now if you like.
Well, that's a 17 on the die, so plus 5 is 22.
All right, that'll hit. You guys are doing pretty well with this. This has got a fucking 18 AC.
Yeah, which is too high, Callie. That's my AC.
I mean, you say that, but you haven't had any problems hitting.
I didn't hit it once. I
I
missed
beg
it
to
once. I missed it
Sarah
that
had
one
a
time.
terrible time,
Yeah, I
missed
missed
it.
it that one time.
including my rage
I'm not
damage
saying
was
that the AC
13
is too
from the
high. It's more
sword,
that
I
my
am.
dice suck.
I am saying that. I'm saying that.
My dice just suck today.
And then from my whatchamacallit does the radiant damage. Radiant damage.
Making just roll, roll d20 damage, whatever.
That'd be cool.
3rd edition monks used to get to do that with their fists.
I know. I always thought that was so cool.
What was the total? What do we get?
Yeah, what's the total?
I remember the radiant damage was 3. I rerolled one of those dice.
Oh.
I think it's a total of 14.
All right,
That sounds right.
sounds
I
good.
think it
It doesn't
was
sound good to
11.
me.
I think it was 11 from the weapon.
Okay.
11 weapon. 30 radiant. Okay.
All right, Cerberus is up then with Melody on deck. Well, actually, you all know that the Watcher now is on deck. It goes last in the turn order, too.
If I ever see this Watcher, I'm gonna look at him.
Shit, hold on. I heal from my Phoenix too.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hold on. This spider is huge.
God.
Hold on.
Oh, there's a spider.
It's so big, dude. Hold on. Give me the tissue.
Not like this is gonna do a whole. Oh, that's not what I
So
wanted.
Gotcha, bitch.
that's too much. I
Okay,
know I didn't
I
make
got
it
it.
that broken.
Okay, I got it. All right, sorry. This thing was just huge and
No,
about to
it's
crawl on
right.
my arm.
I'm not a
Um,
fan. I have
Not
to
that that's
say.
going to do much in the face of 4 attacks.
Let's see. I have 30, so I'm gonna move here. 5, 10, 15, and then 20. And then I'm gonna smack-a-lack it.
Do it
I'm
up.
tired of its bullshit.
You do it. Show me how it's done.
I'm gonna smack it in the booty hole. Smack it like it likes it. Would you be fuck you? Fuck you.
You want to use one of those inspos you got?
I had 2 inspos. I already used them all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I appreciate you reminding me. But it was used up, unfortunately. The good news is that Cerberus still can use a bonus action. So I swing my blade, and it does not find purchase or transaction or return.
Yeah.
But I will use my bonus action to raise my shield and call upon the power of my faith, and I will cast another of my 3 spells. Oh god, I don't have many. To use Shield of Faith and give myself +2 to AC with concentration.
What's that? 20 AC for you?
Yeah, it's a big fat 20
Pretty
AC.
good. Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
pretty
just gonna
nice.
I'm gonna unfurl my mammoth shield on the table, and it goes thud.
All right.
Aldana glances around the demonette with the look that says, "Really?"
Oh, Callie, I forgot. It's actually 10 to hit because you got +2 from the attack, or 11 actually. So does 11 get it?
No, it does not.
Sounds to me like someone's cheating.
All right. That is Cerberus's turn. The bottom of the turn order, the Watcher appears again.
Unlikely. Gonna call him the peeper in a second. Fucking creepy
And
asshole.
the Watcher is going to make an attack at Caldana.
Rude.
Indeed. Oh,
Hold on, none of us could have seen this coming.
that hits really fucking hard.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, oh, jeez. All right, well now it hits twice as hard. It's going
I'm
to
just getting that
it's going to
fortune
crit
teller.
20 for a total of 26 on the attack,
What?
and that is 32 cold damage.
Is that after the half, or
That is before the half, so it's 16 cold damage.
God damn, that puts. I had one more health. Oh no, that'd still be 0.
All right, so Caldana's down. The Watcher, as Caldana goes down, the Watcher,
Oh, no.
you can see it almost lick its lips under this hood as it rushes down at Caldana,
Explain that.
attempts to enter her. It
I do
attempts
not
to
consent.
Phrasing.
push inside,
Phrasing.
I do
and
not
yet
consent to this.
it cannot. Something
cannot?
holds it back, and it looks
Uh,
confused and angry.
Yeah, hopefully the law, okay, holds it back.
That is the end of the Watcher's turn.
Its fucking ankle bracelet is beeping. Yeah, exactly. Get back. What are you doing?
Melody, it is your turn. With Rialta on deck.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to like figure out how to do this.
Hit it with your loot. Smack it upside the head like Don Quixote. Or no, El Kabong, sorry.
I was gonna say just RP is fuck. Never mind.
Yeah.
Mind
No,
blank.
you actually no. What you see is Melody with her lute, and she points the lute thick side towards the Watcher,
Yep, it is available.
and
to hit.
and you see her knock a crossbow, well, not crossbow, an arrow
A loot bolt.
into the lute and fire.
Okay, I dig it. Shoot at the Watcher. Tell me what you get.
All I heard from that is that sounds like that loot thick. That what I heard.
The strings certainly are.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
It's a it's
The
a
loot
base
bow.
loot.
An 11 misses, unfortunately. So
Shit.
you knock an arrow
Wait,
in your.
hold
Oh,
on. Don't
sorry.
you have inspiration?
I do.
Don't
I
you
was
have
gonna.
all of the inspiration?
You may try again,
I have.
then. Yes.
I have 7 inspo.
Jesus Christ.
Pretty sure you're
Jesus
averaging
Christ.
gaining 3 per session.
All right, one more. Boop. Shit.
Oh.
All right. So
Ouch.
you knock this arrow into your loot and pull back, and with a it takes off, and the Watcher hears the sound of this. What can only be described as an arrow being knocked in a loot, and turns and quick is at the last moment kind of able to dodge out of the way. The arrow hits the ground right next to Caldana's body.
Hell, come on!
Anything else, Melody?
Yes, and she is going to resume playing position and try and inspire Rialta this time.
Thank you.
With do I have a song for this?
Song is Rialta, that's a demon. Hit it right now,
I can't
or I'm
hit the
gonna have a
demon.
cow.
I can't. No. First of all, I can't hit the demon. Second off, come on, man.
I unfortunately do not have a song for this, but I do have this song for this part of the combat. She clears her throat.
Oh boy.
Hear ye! My name is Melody of the Ivory, and I present my thoughts on the proceedings of this attempt at reviving dread demons. Heed not the cultists who scream, praise be Scala, they have not your interest at heart. Chaos and bloodshed won't give you absolution. I tell you, this isn't the way. These cultists do not speak for me. In her name I do not exclaim. I pray my friends show you some mercy. For shame, for shame. And that's it.
All right.
I love it.
I am
Good one.
inspired.
You
I
are
think.
inspired, Rialta.
So I get inspiration on any rolls.
No,
You do.
no,
No.
you
Well,
have bardic inspiration.
Bardic inspiration. So it's a plus D6 or D4?
That is a
Six, I think.
D. That is a very good question. Hold on. What?
I think it's a
I
D6.
It's D6 at this level, I
Because I
think.
had this in our first one.
Yeah, so it's a D6. So you get an extra
Yes.
D6 on a roll. Your
Cool.
choice.
Sounds good.
At the end of its turn, or at the end of Melody's turn, it is going to, the Demonette will spend a legendary action to have the Watcher come up here and make an attack on Cerberus.
Well, okay. I don't even understand that. It spends a legendary action to make the Watcher do something. Honestly, does that even make sense? Honestly?
Well, this is you have noticed as this fight goes on, these two beings have never separated. There's always a thread, a shadowy link between the two of them.
Bunch of normies. Fuck, dude.
Does
Bunch of
a 21
PDA.
hit?
I don't think it does with Shield of Faith, right?
It technically does.
Okay. Technically,
Then it does.
You are technically correct.
Right.
Which
Okay.
is the very best kind of correct.
That is true. You're going to take 16 cold damage.
Ow.
Let's talk about that real quick before we
Mhm.
resolve this, because I want to talk about how did you come to the
Whilst on the
16? Where did that
stat.
come from? Where did
That
that
is
come from?
that is the damage that
Yeah.
it does. Yeah.
Okay, based on what's the attack called? Just so I can know.
Cold touch.
It does have cold in the title. Okay, there
It
goes that
does.
argument.
It does 4d6 plus 2 damage.
Good lord.
Okay, got it. Well, I will let it resolve.
Fair enough. Take
I will
16
let the
cold
damage
damage.
resolve.
And it is Rialta's turn.
Oh boy.
Cards in hand.
Rialta wishes she could change
Cards
the
in hand?
story
Yeah,
form
4.
easily, but she cannot. All right. Well, first off,
Are
she's
you back
gonna.
out?
Huh?
You're fine. Go ahead.
Ignore
Oh.
us.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm gonna be spending my action to cast Cure Wounds on Caldana, which is.
Suppose you could do that. At least I got the rage down.
Plus my spell casting ability modifier, so that's be +4. Hopefully this doesn't suck for you. Oh hey, max healing. That's pretty
good. That's
There you
good.
go. 12
All right,
HP.
so 12 HP, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to take aim on this guy.
All right.
And please For all that is holy. Let's
Yes.
use this. Are you kidding me?
Don't
No,
worry.
that
I'm
will not hit.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do my wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Remember,
Oh,
you have
thank
Bardic.
God.
Hey, there you
Bardic.
go.
Oh, I forgot. Well, I did forget I have Bardic Inspiration.
Well, you
would
can
I-
You
hold
can
on to
you
it.
can attempt to use it. You obviously you're free to attempt to use it. It's yours to use if you want
On the attack. You
on
need
the spell attack. Yeah, you're welcome to try if you want to.
Okay.
What is your what was the total you got on the attack, Sarah?
10. So I think I need to get a 5 or a 6 to hit it.
Probably.
You
I'll
need
s-
a 4, 5, or a 6.
All right. Well, I'll just do it here.
That's listen. That's worth it.
Also,
I rolled a 6.
Come on.
That's enough. There you go.
Oh my God.
Also, since you are doing it to the attack, whatever you're attacking has to make a Constitution saving throw against
right.
and win against a 14.
Okay.
Okay. I guess
Kelly,
we'll do
make-
that first.
Kelly, make a con save and fail it, please. Thank you. What'd you get?
9.
Good.
Okay.
What happens?
What did you roll on the Bardic die?
6.
It takes 6 thunder damage.
All right.
6 thunder
Ralph,
damage.
give me your damage as well, please.
Plus
I'll protect your
11
present
radiant
buddy.
damage. Here we
Okay.
go.
Excellent.
Damage is being a little nicer today.
All right. This
Yay.
enemy
Yes.
is not currently active. So you blast this
Not
thing
dead?
twice. The lightning strikes it as this arrow constellation blasts through it, and it just seems to start withering as, again, it loses kind of that humanoid form that it has, and it's becoming more like tendrily and inky almost. And along one of these long tendrils, you see a face appear at the end of it, that of a tiefling man. And along another tendril, you see that of Callie's face appear as it just kind of withers and sits there like almost dead.
Oh, it took the boy and Callie's.
Yeah.
Yep. At that, it after that it whisks right back into the demonette.
Rialto finally makes her wisdom saving throw and kind of shakes off the charm effect and is ready to
Good.
go, but that's all she can do this turn.
All right. It's the demonette's turn with Carmen on deck. The demonette is looking at Cerberus and is still on speed.
You want to come at me, bro? Huh?
Does a 17 hit your AC?
It sure fucking doesn't. Let me ask you a question. What does this demon even lift? Anything? Nothing. Tiny ass dick demon. Get the fuck out of here. Does this still have those
That's-
4 attacks?
Yeah, and its second attack crit. So
Second attack crit?
Crits have you had today? 4 crits.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly, I don't want to hear shit about our dice today.
I know.
I don't
my
want to
dice have
hear
been
anything
great
about.
tonight.
I don't want to hear anything about these guys being asleep.
Okay, so that's
Oh,
How
God.
much, huh? How
that
much?
is going to be
How much?
Okay.
12
on.
slashing damage plus 14 poison damage.
Oh,
Based
you're
on,
down.
on whose math?
Don't you have something that? Do you have anything about poison damage, or is that just Caldana?
I'm immune to being poisoned. I'm not resistant
to
poison damage.
Yeah.
Then
No,
thing.
no.
You're down.
Okay, so you said 14 plus 12.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
That's 26.
yeah.
And I have 20 health left.
Yes,
Mm.
you're down.
So hold on, let's relax for a second, okay? It's still on the stack. Okay?
What, Robbie?
Let's
This is
just
magic.
consider for.
Robbie has priority. Let him.
Hold on.
No.
Thank you very much. I put blue in this deck, and I'm gonna need you to relax.
You're
I've got
tapped
things.
out.
I can't cast Speak with Animals. Shit. Cards in hand.
Do you have force of will?
Cards in hand.
I've got 3 cards in hand and 12 in my graveyard.
Oh, I'm down.
Okay. So this thing, after Cerberus' last attack on it, this thing turns around and just goes double axe handle and just cracks you in the head and sends you thunk into the ground.
I could thunk it.
Yep. It's then going to turn around and look at Caldana, who just got back up.
Damn
And
it!
said,
I
and
just got you up.
it gutturally yells out, "Must I kill you to put you down?"
Donna,
Okay.
just say yes. This guy's like.
Does a 19 hit your AC?
Yes.
No, it does. Come on.
So that is going to be 6 slashing plus 7 poison.
I'm down again.
Half the
You-
poison though,
half
right?
the
Half the
poison.
poison.
Oh shit, you're right.
Half the poison. Remember.
Hey, that's 9. I'm still up.
You're still up. Oh, I really wanted to attack Carmen once this turn too.
Well, you do. Well, do it. Do it. Attack Carmen.
You're
Do it!
in
Do it. What is this demon little bitch? Doesn't want to attack Carmen? Run
Does
it.
does a 15 hit your AC?
Yeah,
Does it hit Carmen?
It does? Oh, that's great.
Does it hit
You're,
Carmen?
14.
Oh, great. Now you're down.
Good to know. Good to know that the
This
demon
is
doesn't.
So low.
Can I
He-
remind
yeah.
everyone I do not have spare the dying?
Oh, we
All
ain't
right.
getting spared.
That is the demonette's turn. It would normally use a legendary action here. However, the Watcher is down and it has no more legendary actions to use.
I'm gonna tell
Carmen
you right now
is
that
up.
my next character's name is Bumpkiss the Butt Kisser. So you better hope to God that Cerveric or Cerver I don't even remember his name anymore. Cervera survives.
Oh, all right. This could theoretically kill it, Carmen. God damn it, Carmen. Okay. Carmen is going to take 2 swings with her dagger. The first one whiffs, and the
Yep.
second one, God.
Yep.
The second one, she plunges into it, and it.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, Selphane, for the 15-month sub. Very nice. Where are those 2 inspos going? This thing is looking like hell. It is not doing good, but it is still standing as she pulls back her dagger, and it is Brux's turn with the cacklers on deck.
Oh, that I won't worry about that.
Brooks, you remember that time that Callie said that the demon looks like hell? That's cute, huh? That's really cute.
Yeah.
I bet the people like that. Hey
All
guys,
right, Caldana, you get
one's
2
in the
inspo.
chat. One's in the
Okay.
chat if that made you kawaii.
So yeah, I still am not. I'm feeling that fog fall over my mind when I turn my thoughts to messing with the big demon. So we're
Yep.
going to go and
Go
do
bisect another
murder.
little demon. All
Clean
right.
up.
Absolutely. I would also like to do a murder.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I already have advantage. Can I inspo to re-roll?
You may.
I will do that.
But you don't know what their AC is. What'd you get?
I got a 2 and a 5.
Okay.
Total?
Their AC is not great, but they do have higher than 5.
Yeah,
Well, I
admittedly.
mean, the total would be a 7 or a 9.
They do have
Or a
higher
7
than
or a
9.
10.
Yeah.
They have higher than 9 AC. So this is an impossible encounter, is what you're telling
Okay,
me.
there we go. That's a 19 again.
Okay, that'll hit. Yeah. Their AC is 11. So.
Oh yeah,
Farewell, tiny demon.
I needed that. So yes, I accomplish another murder.
All right. Is it? Did you 10 or more damage?
I didn't roll it. You didn't make me roll it last
Well, you
time.
crit last time.
They always
they're
crit. These
all-
are all crits.
Oh,
They're
that's
all
right. They always
prone.
crit. Yeah.
They're-
You
yeah,
bisect
yeah,
another
yeah.
demon. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. You kill an orc. Fine.
Yeah. So you, after cleaving the first one in half, you shake some of the guts off of your axe and walk over to the next one. At first, you go up and you're you think about and then you go down and you just swing through it and you cut its head off.
All right, we'll make that.
Wisdom save?
Again.
Wisdom save.
This one goes any
Wisdom
better.
save.
It's a different number. It's a 10.
Come
That
on.
is not enough either.
Okay.
Both the original and the last
This
one to
feels-
shake it off were
It is the cackler's turn.
Actually, an
is
impossible
it?
fight.
News.
The 2 of them are continuing to sleep, so they will continue to sleep. It
Yeah,
is
they-
Callie's turn, who still remains soulless on the ground, so she will continue to sleep. That brings us around to Caldana. Make a death saving throw for me.
Please don't roll a 1.
The first
Do we
one
know
of
who
the
those
campaign,
two
isn't
in-
it?
We don't know who those 2 inspos went to yet, do we?
They went to Caldana.
Yeah, they went.
Oh, okay, well, good. You have an inspo to use.
A 4.
Use
4.
use the
You
intro.
slip
Jesus.
closer towards death.
Oh my gosh.
You could have used one of the inspos.
Oh yeah, I should do that. I'm not.
You
Yep.
should do that.
Yes.
Two
Yes, I would
inspos.
do that.
Do it again.
As your continued existence advisor.
1? Okay, I would take the 4,
Take
yeah.
the 4 then.
4.
Yeah,
Fucking
I would take
hell.
the 4.
Oh my god.
All right, so you slip
Get
one
new
step
dice.
closer towards
Okay.
death.
So my dice are good when I'm conscious.
Got it. Cerberus, I
Mine
need a
too.
death saving throw.
If
Based
I'm
on
not
what?
conscious,
Cerberus
they're
can't die.
Kelly's dice.
Well, you are at 0 HP, so
I'm at 0 HP, but I can't die.
that's impressive.
You know why? Because I'll be immortalized in song.
Oh, I
That's
was gonna
true.
say
I think Melody will
primeval.
make a song about you. If you
But I
die.
am, I'm typing in the fucking thing right now. Jesus, alright, here we go. Flash
Oh.
R, 1d20. And we're gonna roll 20!
Oh my god.
you.
Guys, come on.
I rolled a
All right.
7.
You slip one step closer towards death.
Fuck! One
Uh,
step close towards my ultimate destiny.
this fight is getting intense. We're gonna go back
You are
on.
one step closer to the edge.
We are at the bottom. Zod, thank you so much for the 15-month sub. Let us know where that inspo is going. This fight is tight. Back on the top of the order. Normally this would be the Watcher's turn. However, the Watcher is down. You guys took it out. So Melody, you are up. What will it be? Random it. You got it. We will D6 it.
Random.
Who's who?
Oh, the D20. Oh. I thought that's how Melody was doing her actions.
All right,
Like,
it wasn't a
random
6,
it!
so it's not me. So
Six.
it's Melody Rialta.
6, I think
Brooks.
6 stands
Varus.
for Varus.
Varus,
in
that is
Roman
you.
numerals.
5. You're a 5.
Oh my god, and I was bullshitting.
No, it is you.
Victory
All right.
once
Always
again.
bullshitting.
Melody, what do
No.
you do?
What are
Okay,
you, my
I am
ex-wife?
going to move. If I go, okay, go here, do
You
that,
need
and
to
then do
rub
that.
some Vapo rub on my chest. I'm dying.
Yep,
That
you
is
may do
actually what she's gonna do. She's gonna spare
Oh,
the
yes.
dying you.
Oh,
Spare.
okay.
Somebody has it.
My butt.
It's a cantrip for me.
Yeah, sadly it's not for druids, which is very irritating.
Well, it's a very
Alright.
cleric-y thing.
So you
Yeah.
you spare the dying. So you press your hands down on Cerberus's chest, and indeed you are able to stabilize his wounds. He is not conscious, but he is not dying.
Cerberus has not been
Interesting,
touched by
my,
a woman before, so he doesn't know how to deal with this.
Interesting. My hands turned into bear paws for a second there. Hmm.
Got any bear
Interesting.
paws? Nah, we're out of bear paws.
Jesus.
That is a
That's a
Weird Al
yeah.
reference.
Yeah, I know.
got this
That was an
combined-
Albuquerque
half a
reference.
dozen
See that?
Starving crazed weasels.
You like that?
That was very
No,
nice.
she
gotcha.
instead she's going to say, "Don't worry, guys, I have the right to bear arms." As she's doing this.
Jesus.
Callie, Cerberus would like to die again. Cerberus would like to die.
Me too.
I'd like to fail.
So would I.
Hell, okay? I'd like to die again.
All right. Is that all for you, Melody?
Yeah.
All right. Rialta, it is round to you.
I know,
With the
I'm trying
demonette on deck.
I'm trying to decide, do I let Caldana live only to die again? Or do I just try to focus all my energy on killing this thing?
Hmm.
Sarah. I
But
don't
what
know.
if
I
she
thought the demonette's not dead.
No.
No. I
Kill
killed
the
the
Fuck out
I
of
killed
that
the
thing.
wraith. I did not
Yeah,
kill
the
the
wraith is
demonette.
down. Yeah, the watcher's dead.
Yeah, I
but-
managed to
Listen,
actually
the only way that Caldana dies is if she rolls a 1 on the d20, which has already technically happened. So there's no way that it'll happen again.
don't say that.
Say that.
I'm gonna feel so guilty. All right, here's what I am going to do instead. Question on ranged attack flanking. If I stand here, is it flanking?
I don't think range attacks can take flanking, can they?
Nope.
Not
Okay,
in the
not.
not in the alternate rules. I mean, you
Yeah.
use them
Oh.
differently, but no, not normally in the alternate rules. Range attacks can't flank.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, Zilius is down in bot lane, just farming creep, just CSing on cacklers.
No. He's in fucking top lane.
Yeah.
Well, all I
he's
know
just sitting
is
top lane,
clearly
creeps
nobody got
farming.
us the fucking dragon buffs because we are dead and we are not doing okay.
I'm getting gold on kills. It's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna use my bonus action for the extra attack. I'll use my bonus action for healing word.
Nice.
Like- Boner action. Nice.
Sorry, I think it's just a 1d4, but I'd like to triple check.
think it starts at
1d4 plus
1d4.
4.
Yeah, one
Yep.
1d4. Yeah.
It's to everybody though, right? In a area.
No,
No.
it's just one
That's
mass
person.
healing word.
That's mass healing. That's hence the mass.
Omega Welltall subscribed 8 months.
wow, okay.
Inspo to Melody.
All right, well,
Nice,
there's your
nice.
8 HP.
All right,
All right,
8 HP
Melody
for
goes.
Caldana.
I am gonna move up here, and she's just very upset right now. You need to die. And she's gonna use her last guiding bolt that she can do right now.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna spend an inspo because this is gonna be.
Don't use the guidance computer. Use the force.
All right,
So
I'm
Caldana,
gonna.
for the second time this fight, you open your eyes again, and you're like, oh,
Getting real sick of this shit.
that sucked.
Please roll 12 or higher.
can
I
do
beg of
it.
you. Hey, that's a 19.
Come
All
on.
right.
That will hit. And
It
Rialta,
better fucking hit.
it has 1 HP. So how do you want to do this?
All right.
Let's fucking
Okay.
go!
Do you remember? I'm so sorry. Do you remember the part in Steven Universe where Alexandrite has the big bow towards?
Yes, I do.
That's
Vividly.
you need to spend some time apart. And that's what
Got
she's
it.
about to do.
So you bring up your constellation bow larger than normal as you concentrate not the arrow into it, but your guiding bolts, and you pull back the string and indeed say, you two need to spend some time apart, and loose these guiding bolts, which 1, 2, 3 blast clear through the demonette, and it collapses, dropping first to its knees and then twirling as it falls to its back.
Hotter.
And it is down. And as it lays on its back, you see its chest begin pulsating. And like as if something is trying to push out. And after a moment, you hear a sickening squelch as its rib cage explodes open. And you see the Watcher begin crawling out of it, just so weak, barely alive, as it starts to pull its way out of this thing.
I line up my arrow right at its throat, even though I don't have any more guidance bolts.
You,
okay.
I mean, you don't. It's your HP, so you don't actually. You are able, if you want to finish it off, you can.
Okay.
So
I don't even hesitate.
okay, so indeed, as it starts to like pull itself off
Oh,
of this
no,
thing's
you don't.
corpse. Yeah, you bring up one more arrow, and this time it is your light constellation arrow that pierces through the Watcher's throat, and it fades into shadow. And all that remains is a small little green orb.
All right. I very, very gently will kneel down by it and kind of cup it in my hands. And then I will walk over to Callie and kind of just carefully position her mouth open and just kind of slip it in.
Yep. You don't even have to. As you get closer, the orb just like rushes out of your hand and into her chest, wanting to get back into its body. And you see her as she opens her eyes suddenly.
Easy.
She looks up at you, like shaking a little bit for a moment before she looks and says, "This is going to make an incredible chapter of my book."
Easy.
Are you
There's-
serious? You almost died.
Yes. And now everyone will get to experience it. She looks very excited.
Gonna groan on the floor.
Pardon me. I'll go and cast Cure Wounds on Cerberus.
Brox, you are able to go around and finish off the remaining two tacklers without much incident.
I'm sorry.
Brooks is just going like stab.
And then all of a sudden that
Cure
charm
Wounds
effect
1d8.
ends. It's 1d8.
Yeah, fine. It's crazy.
As
Is Cure Wounds 1d8?
1d8, yes.
plus
Thank
your
you.
spell
Plus
modifier.
my- yeah.
Yep.
Come out, axe dripping and gore. Oh, good, you guys.
Man,
handled
I've been
that.
rolling max on healing. That's pretty great.
you've been doing very well on your healing roll.
Nice,
As
nice.
Brox, as you
12.
walk out, the
Thanks.
altar in this room begins to crumble into dust.
As I walk out.
As you're leaving, it's roughly at the same time as the Watcher has just died.
Okay.
The altar in this room crumbles into dust, and beneath it, you can now see a staircase that leads down.
Well,
the
Yeah,
evil altar staircase. You want us to go into the evil altar staircase?
I didn't say I want you to do anything. I just told you the staircase there now.
That's such a
I
DM
mean-
answer.
Caldana, not Caldana, Brux, when you come back out of the room, Caldana just gives you a hand gesture that I can't recreate on camera without making Callie mad.
Okay.
is it out of
You know, as
anger?
she's laying there, like her blood all over the floor, probably some bits of guts everywhere.
I apologize for having to reawaken you several times, Caldana, but I hope you are all right. Sir Varys?
What?
You're awake?
I had an incredible dream.
Oh,
Everybody's
good.
at
You're
the
awake.
table, right?
Thank
We
you.
were
Thank
Fighting
you.
a demon.
We indeed were fighting a demon.
What? And I was
Yes.
asleep the whole time?
Not
Oh my
not the whole
God.
time, just for the ending, just for the important part.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Melody, thank you for assisting in our wounded comrades.
You need help? I can butter a bandage.
Perhaps to see to Caldana for anything further on that. Did you say butter a bandage?
Uh-huh.
That's
That's
what I
my
heard
fault.
too.
That's my
Uh,
fault.
But
Yeah.
butter a bandage. I don't think butter is good for bandages.
I wouldn't try to. The rabbit hole is very deep on that one.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
That actually was the week you were gone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, was it? Aw, man. Aw, no, I
The
am
short
out.
version is Melody tried to give people butter out of her pocket.
Did
A
I
lot.
not say that the rabbit hole was very
You
deep?
did. You did.
Yeah, no,
But I
Melody got
don't
told to
know.
butter someone up and took it very literally.
Listen, I see. Very well. I would not add butter to the bandages, no.
Ugh.
Now, what is it that you have found over here?
There are stairs leading down.
Mm-hmm.
And someone killed these demons.
It appears there's
Yeah, not just
more going on.
not just are these demons dead, they're all cut like perfectly in half, as if by one large
God.
swing of an axe.
What kind of foul demonology is this? They kill their own kind and heinous rituals?
It is very
Ugh.
precise.
Or this.
They stole your axe! This place is very, very dangerous.
Callie is already running around this room excitedly and just taking notes.
Ca-
I'm just gonna sit down and lean against the wall here.
well,
Fucking dark.
Carmen. Carmen.
Sorry. I was having fun having Callie run around. Carmen, yeah, she approaches from behind and just looks like, well, that was something. Yes, Rialta.
Those stairs, anything like what you came out of?
She nods. Yeah, that's where I came from.
So you came from those stairs.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I came up, and then well, I came up and they were in the middle of doing something.
They
Um,
put an altar over it.
Well,
What?
from behind the altar, you can duck down and get under into the stairs, but
Oh.
I came up and well, they caught me.
So do you know where it leads?
Down to where the worms tunnel is.
Ah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
It would
This is indeed also where you saw that black ooze kind of melt down off the altar after the dog transformed.
We gotta do something about that. Fuck.
Does the name Blackstone mean anything to anyone?
No.
Blackstone.
No, I thought at first it was the name of the person who was working the smithy at Mina's Reach, but I believe I don't remember his name at all.
No, that's Arthur Greystone. Very similar, but
I see.
Slightly
Please tell me I didn't name him Arthur Greystone.
no, you didn't.
Okay. I was like, because I don't remember either. Carmen seems to think about it for a
Callie.
moment. I'm gonna actually have her roll to see if she does. Oh, that's a nat 20. She thinks for a moment and nods. I've heard the name.
I do declare.
I can't place it though. I'm sorry. Not someone in Mina's Reach. It's someone important though.
Callie, you are well traveled. Do you know anyone named Blackstone?
Blackstone. There's a Blackstone family in Stone's Throw.
Blackstone
Are they
family and
prominent?
Oh,
I think so. I think one of them is a professor at the College of the Arcanum.
Well then, one of theirs may be a target of one of those creatures.
They move through the use of the worms, but if the beast has not reached the worm yet, mayhaps we can catch it.
Yeah, doing a peek down the stairs.
You look down the stairs. It's pretty dark. And
I'm still shiny.
it looks even this it only goes down about 5 feet before it turns. But
Yeah.
Carmen mentions she's like it's about 10 minutes walk down the stairs to get to the bottom. When I got down there was just when I came in there was just a platform there at the bottom. I guess where they get picked up by the worm.
Fascinating. Let me write this down on a map.
Yes,
Were there any other?
put wormhole here.
Yes, wormhole. Did you see where else you could have gone besides this place?
There were a couple other tunnels going out in different directions. One that led north, one that went south. Yeah, there was I think 4 tunnels when I was down there.
Any that would lead us back towards Mina's grove?
Not unless it turns at some point. I didn't see one that went in that direction. One towards Mina's Reach, obviously the one I came down.
Right. Definitely wouldn't want to go that way. They probably blasted the thing shut. So there's the question. Do we venture and see if we can catch up to this hell dog before it manages to get picked up by the worm, or do we try to contact Stone's Throw another way? Hopefully before the worm is able to surface the creature.
Well, and I'll sort of look at Callie running around.
Yeah, she's literally just running around the room like taking notes on everything.
We could get her back town.
There's no way of telling how long it will take. As much as I desperately wish to go down there, we have wounded people and a person
Yes.
who needs to return to Mina's grove.
We can escort them both. I plan
Carmen
to as
Carmen
well.
glances over and is like, "Well, if you're gonna take her back to Mina's Grove, I don't see any reason for me to go."
Why not?
Oh, right. We have to arrest her. Thank you, Carmen. I had forgotten. We have to turn you in.
She gives a
While
look.
we're there
You see her cast a glance towards the exit, and you can tell what is on her mind.
Yes, that is a door.
Hold on, I'm not gonna stop you.
You're leaving again, aren't you?
She looks at you, Melody, and is like, "Between that and being arrested, it doesn't seem like the worst plan." That said, she glances at Callie. "I did swear I would take you back."
Well, then, so an honorable word then.
She gives such a angry look at that, but nods.
We have 2 wounded with us, along with promise to bring her back. You would be assisting us.
Nobody wants to go fight the worm. It's probably down there. Could be. Really
She's gonna
cool.
look up Cerberus and his injuries. And go,
Cerberus's helmet is dented partially into his head.
I think some of us may not quite have the constitution to survive seeing that worm, Cerberus.
You're
My
right.
throat is kind of a little hoarse right now.
I have to consider everyone's. Not everyone has the stamina training of a knight. Fair enough.
Need some
Very
time to
true.
regroup and recuperate.
She will
Okay.
She will dismiss her starry form at this point so that people can
Fair
actually talk to her like a person.
Carmen nods. Then should we rest? We can rest here and then set out in the morning.
Rest is good.
Rest is good. Maybe not here, but yes, rest is good.
Well, I mean, here has beds.
I meant not here.
There,
Oh,
but let's say
Fair enough.
here,
Yeah.
here.
Oh,
Fair
yes,
enough.
there are dead demons in this room. It's
Yeah.
honestly quite
That being
it's not
said,
cozy
I
at all.
am going to be writing some things down. What are these sigils? They are interesting.
Carmen heads on over to the to this room over here and seems to be making sure the beds are in order.
Weird.
Well-
no one made a beeline towards the luxurious room.
Cerberus
yeah, the one that
will.
had spooky shit in it.
The
Yeah.
one with the symbol of Scala on
I
the
mean,
door.
technically, if we all kind of curled up, we could probably all fit in on it. It is a ginormous bed.
Yeah. Callie takes one look at the symbol on that door and goes, "No, thank you." And
Can't imagine why that wouldn't be tempting.
she has already filled like 3 pages, by the way, in her book as she is, or in her journal as she is running around
How
this
are
room.
you not tired? I'm just tired looking at you.
So I've this is such an incredible opportunity to learn. You don't get too many of these in your life.
How do
When
you?
your soul gets taken out of your body,
Yes, how many people get to write about that?
I
What
will
was-
agree that unlikely there were many.
What was it like? Was it like sleeping?
All right then, Caldana, would you like me to help you get to bed? I certainly could use a rest.
She Callie looks at you, Rialto, and is like, "It was like, no, it was my consciousness went with my soul. So I was
Mhm.
inside that thing."
Oh, well,
Oh.
I hate hearing all of this.
I'm so
Caldana's just
sorry.
gonna glare at Varys and get herself to a bed. I'm debating on which room she's going into.
Melody's gonna help you. And act like
Cerberus
what do
will
you call
take
it?
the
Sit
furthest.
what's the fucking thing that you do? Like she
Uh,
puts one of your arms like around
Oh,
her
the
shoulder.
fireman. The
Yeah,
fireman
you do the
hold.
fireman's carry.
There we go.
Callie, does your setting have firemen?
No. I mean, probably yes.
Fine,
I would
then
think
it would
so.
be the like assist carry, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So you are all gonna go make your way over to a bed to rest up?
Yeah.
Cerberus will make
Take this
his
bed
way.
off.
There needs to be at least one row of beds between him and the ladies.
Callie stays back for a little bit and continues to write and check things out. When she returns, when she comes back to the room, she is holding a satchel, a bag that she appears to have found.
What have you there?
There's
You
blood
know-
on the bag.
There is blood on the bag.
God damn it.
Oh.
But she looks at it. Well, it was in the corner. I think it was an offering bag.
What's inside?
Oh, no.
Money.
Money.
Mm-hmm.
How much money?
She shrugs. I don't know, a few hundred, maybe.
Cerberus is going to activate his divine sense. Do I sense a fiendish, fey, aberration, celestial, or I don't remember the last one, presence?
You do not. She looks. Anyone? You guys earned it. I guess it's yours.
Well, if
What?
no one takes it, Rialto will.
So the bag itself is a simple leather satchel that has a symbol of Scala on it, the snake's head bearing its fangs. But
It's,
inside, you find 300 gold pieces
nice.
and an iron stone of protection.
Oh.
What?
All right. So items, stone of protection.
Yeah, Ioun stone, I-O-U-N.
IOUN.
They float around your head.
That is a classic D&D item.
It sure is.
Sure is.
Sorry,
Wow,
just give me 1 second here to put it in here.
So, which one of us has criminally low AC in this group?
ION stone. And then you said 300. Do you guys
300
want
gold pieces.
do you
Yeah.
guys want me to just put in the party loot or?
I'm okay with that.
Seems like a good call in this case.
All right. I will discard the Scala bag
Okay.
and
So you throw that back out of the room. You're like,
Yeah,
I don't want that. Get that out of here.
Get out of that. No, thank you.
You quite reasonably say, I don't want anything with the symbol of Scala where I sleep.
Yeah, that's not. Also, townspeople aren't gonna like that. They're gonna riot.
I love the idea that you just stole offerings to Scala. I'm sure she'll be thrilled.
Nah, whatever.
I think it's great.
He's dead.
I'm
That is
Fine.
true. She is dead, quite famously.
I
pretty
did
sure-
have half a mind to have Caldana go sleep in the scholar room.
Jesus.
Jeez. Anyway, I have the IOUN stone
Yes.
also down.
I hope that's what you
Excellent.
call it too.
The
It's the
IOU
IOU.
stone.
It's the IOU stone. I am an it be. I am a.
All right.
No, I am a C.
And we are going to switch over to our roleplay channel scene. All right, you all settle into this room with a number of bedrolls on the ground. They're relatively clean, and the room is quiet. The whole temple's quite quiet now, and much like. It's not like the mines, however. Like when you defeated the devil dogs and destroyed that orb, almost immediately a weight lifted off of the mine. It felt cleansed. This place, it's not that it doesn't do that. It does feel better than it was, but there has been dark shit happening here for a long time. Blood magic rituals have been done here for, you would guess now, a minute. And this place is stained in it. It does not. It feels weird being in here, but you are able to lay down, and if you are ready to go to sleep, you may attempt to do so. Will any of you be taking watch, or will you all just be
Yeah, I
sleeping?
think we'll.
I'm taking first watch. Yeah.
You'll need
Since-
3 watches throughout the night, so you can tell me how you want to do that.
I'll
I
go
can take
first
second watch.
since
I only need 4 hours
was-
of sleep, so.
essentially uninvolved in difficulties in that fight.
Well, we could probably have just to have everybody. Let me see, because there's 5 people, so we can partner up with someone's going to be alone.
There's 5 of you, plus you have Carmen and Callie.
We do have
there as well.
Carmen. Well, Callie's going to go to sleep.
All right, Callie can do a snooze. Callie lost her soul, and she's not feeling so good, so she's going to do a snooze. So there's 5 of you plus Carmen. So however you want to do the
I
watches.
will quietly make the suggestion as we're getting ourselves ready, separate from the rest of them, that Carmen does not get a watch on her own.
No,
That's
everyone's
fair.
going to be. You said 3 watches.
3 watches, so 2,
Every-
2, and 2.
So yeah, there's
I'll,
going to be.
I'll volunteer to do a watch with Carmen.
Okay.
All right, so Melody and Carmen will
That's
take third watch.
probably our best call.
I can do a watch with Brooks. The first
Uh,
one.
All right, Rialto will take watch with Brux, and that means Caldana and Cerberus will take watch.
Hold on, I'm
Yeah,
so
the two
excited.
people that almost died on watch together.
Yeah,
You want to switch? Let me know. I can
Over it.
switch.
We have-
It's fine.
We have Sleepy Watch.
So you all settle in. You pass out some rations, and everybody eats, and there's not a lot of conversation had while there's a lot of people who are processing some things that they just saw, whether it be people melting into goo and becoming demon dogs, or whether it become it's a tiefling man becoming a demonic woman, and with the Watcher possessing them. Caldana, you know what that feels like, and you know it did not feel good for them at any point. You wonder in your mind whether Kuldan actually did that of his own will, or the Watcher decided to do it for them. You're not certain. But you one by one start to drift off to sleep. And first watch goes to Brux and Rialta. First of all, I'll have you both make me a perception check for your watch.
All right. Let's see if I can not suck at this. All right, dirty 20. I'll take that.
That's a 5. Fuck.
All right.
Brux, you found Rialta.
You're
Fucking
Brux,
dark in here.
as you look around, you realize that you're in a temple of some kind. Not sure. Anyway, all right, you two may talk.
All right. She's going to be kind of scribbling down on her notes. So, well, I know what I want to ask, but I know you do not wish to answer. And keep scribbling notes.
Cock an eyebrow. Let that pass for a moment.
Well, the tattoos, of course.
Well, no, I meant just like silently pass, like, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
and she's going to respond with, well, the tattoos, of course.
Told you they are what my duty was supposed to be, what my life was to have been about.
Hmm.
What more could you want to know?
Well, what was your life supposed to be about? Maybe if you don't wish to say it in such a manner of what your duty was, just what was life like before you were told to come here?
Simpler, I suppose.
Hmm.
Life as a warrior, part of the tribe.
So you've seen battle?
Some. Plenty since leaving.
That's true. We sure have seen our share here. These are not battles I am used to, but I have been training for them, which is good.
Hmm? You seem to have acquitted yourself well so far.
Well,
Not interesting tricks.
they're not tricks. They are important lessons that many of those who live in the observatory are required to learn. Of course, they are more meant there as far as our way of becoming closer with the world, with the stars, and for studying. I did discover that they have other outside purposes, much to my mother's chagrin. I shall enjoy going back and telling her I told you so, but I imagine that will not happen for some time.
Hmm. I don't really suppose I understand that urge.
Not eager to go back home. Sorry, go ahead.
I would be killed on sight.
Why is that?
And those who abandon their duty, that is how they are dealt with. It's seen as a weakness.
Weakness to abandon your duty. See. And if that's the case, what compelled you to leave?
Deep breath, stares off for a moment. Honestly, it sounds silly, but I can't even say for sure. Just didn't seem like the right thing to do to stay. One day I just left.
Not the right thing to stay. What do you mean by that?
Like somebody had gotten my wrong.
Somebody had gotten your reason for existence wrong?
Suppose that's one way to look at it. Said it's hard to say anything. Just didn't feel what I was doing didn't feel right. And there's no asking for a do-over for another duty. So I left.
How are duties chosen for
Well,
someone like you?
when you're young, you go before the Council of Matriarchs, and they assign it to you. I don't know how they decide. But everybody is.
See. It's interesting. We, my people spend much time looking at stars to guide their course. I've always found the practice interesting because they always tell you that there's a right way to read them. But I do think it is very easy to find what you're looking for. Just keep staring.
See what you want to see.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Now, doesn't mean I disagree with the practice on a whole. Of course I don't. But I sometimes wish people would be more honest about the subjectivity of those things. Don't tell my mother that; she would skin me alive. But that's my point. And we are divining the will of the prime goddess herself. Therefore, I can only imagine the subjectivity of those of your matriarchs as well.
You've used that before, the prime goddess.
Yes, of course, the goddess, the one who has created everything, created all of us originally.
As opposed to all of the others.
Ah, well, we it's a bit of a disagreement, I think, that we have with much of the rest of Terrason, but yes, we do not see those you call gods and goddesses. We do not feel that term is appropriate. There is one goddess, and then there are those who are special. I usually call them prophets, disciples, or another term. Certainly those who are powerful and certainly have been blessed by her in such a way, I imagine. I don't, to be honest with you, I wouldn't really know. I only know the tales of such things. But even Talia, the goddess or prophet, I would say, who chose you, is one of our own. And her ascension, I suppose you could say, was certainly what's the word? Controversial.
As you mentioned that, just sort of stare off into space for a moment.
Something on your mind?
What was controversial about her ascension?
Well, there was certainly. Please understand, it's been a long time, so I only have what books I have to read. I was not there for it. Yes,
Recorded history.
exactly. She was certainly talented from a very young age of reading the stars and things like that. That was her talents were beyond peer. That much was certain. Certainly, there are disagreements among scholars about when these happened. Some say 8 years old. She was able to tell of a storm that was going of a winter storm that would have affected our tiefling neighbors. Some say she was 6 and able to predict what was going to happen to people the next day. It all varies from person to scholar, but what is, of course, agreed upon is she was very powerful from a young age. And then she changed, I suppose, is the right word for it. Not sure how or why, but something changed. She became more invested, I suppose. And I wouldn't say she stayed on the mountain very long after that. Let me know if I'm saying anything wrong.
No, you're fine. Indeed. And to be clear, your people do believe that divine sparks ignite. Like you whole believe that. That's just what would be becoming a prophet for you all.
And
As opposed to acting.
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to actually becoming divine.
Yep.
No, that's perfect.
Well, I only met her the once, but it was certainly a strange experience.
Was it now? What could you tell me as a first-hand account? She brings her journal closer with her quill.
Just sort of side eye you for a moment. Describe the physical form, the sort of, because I can't remember. Was it sort of Drider like?
Yeah, she has a vaguely arachnid appearance to her. And the most noticeable thing about her, though, is that when you approached and got closer, you were able to literally see the webs of fate.
Oh no, I wasn't there yet. I was just trying to be like here's.
Yes, vaguely she looks very arachnid, very Drider like.
Yeah, just that sort of thing. And then then I'll describe as I drew close and spoke with her, I could see thread as of a spider's web connecting me She said they were threads of fate and changed the ones that I was connected.
Hmm. We'd heard legends of these sort of arachnid things. We thought that that is where some of our druidic lessons came from. You haven't seen me but do this, but I also have abilities to change into animals. I don't find it as useful in situations like this right now, but we believe that that may be part of where she gets some of that appearance from. Let's
Well,
see.
She certainly has a thing for it, and I'll indicate where some of the tattoos have been. And is the spider like moving around at the moment?
Spider is actively moving at the
Like,
moment.
play
There was
with the
a
fingers.
there was a section on your arm that was to detail your career, what you were supposed to be doing for a living, and it is currently working on pulling the threads that ink out of it, and is making that into a spider web on your forearm right now.
Oh, absolutely. Then for example, there's this,
Goodness.
and just let you have a gander at that as much as you want.
Huh. So
You see a lot of words in Uruk that you do not understand,
I don't know.
and
what
also a
that-
spider.
I do see a spider. That's interesting. She is taking the words that your people's matriarch inked upon you and has said no. I wonder.
At this point, it's more of, from my perspective, it's simply making it a reflection of my own internal choice. So I can't say I regret it.
Do you think that when you start making choices, those spider webs will become new words?
I hadn't considered it, but good of an idea as any.
Wonder.
To be clear, I did not have the spider or any changes to it prior to meeting her. I spent a number of years after leaving without.
Interesting.
This is a recent change.
I see. Fascinating. Huh. And so you've only spoken to her the one time? I suppose that's the same as myself, but
Just the once, what was it, 2 months ago?
It's been a couple months now, yeah.
Yeah, whatever the timing is. The character knows, the player doesn't.
Yeah, no, it's been about 2 months now.
2 months. Oh. I am it's quite interesting. If you ever see or hear of her or anything like that, I'd be interested in knowing more. It would be very helpful for my people to have so much more of a first-hand account, and to someone who is not a dwarf. That's so interesting. Wonder when your spark ignites if you just sort of see the world outside of the races we are. That's just so many questions.
Staring off again. Yes, I suppose it might be something like that.
Well, I appreciate you sharing what you have shared so far. I would share you of mine, but I'm not sure if Selena has any significance to the Uruk.
That's not new. That's not newer goddess, is it?
It is not. It is a
Nope,
halfling.
sure doesn't.
The only major Uruk god in the pantheon right now is, what's his name? Messias, the god of the harvest. Actually, was an is an Uruk.
Yeah, but no, it's okay. Yeah, sure. No, not particularly. We traditionally don't focus so much on the gods and goddesses of the other races.
Oh, sorry, you do have one other major god in your pantheon, Loki.
Good morning, Rect.
Yes.
But
Granted,
yeah,
no one else in the party will agree with you on that.
yeah, that's right. That's a big point of contention.
It is. No one agrees on what race Loki was.
Yeah, but no, just no. They mostly focus on the members of the Pantheon.
So, your watch passes mostly uneventfully. Even though this place is creepy, you do hear weird noises occasionally, but nothing seems to bother you, and you are able to awaken the second shift for their watch.
Mm-hmm.
Get up, second shift.
That one was Melody and Carmen, if I remember.
I think Caldana and Cerberus are second shift.
Oh,
Melody and Carmen are last.
well, then we'll wake them up.
Okay. All right. Caldana and Cerberus, you are awakened in the night, both still very sore. However, you are awakened for your watch.
We'll take watch, and Cerberus will be tending to his mail with a not like that, Caldana. The armor
Indeed.
with
For a second, going, does he get fan mail?
I had the same fucking
Oh,
thought.
I wish.
Go
No,
ahead,
he's
both,
ta-
about to.
both of you
taking
lead off
a-
with give me a perception check, please.
I was about to say the fucking Blue's Clues mail time.
Melody just singing that in her sleep. What is my perception? Did it do it? Oh, well, fuck.
Let's see. I got 20. Well, we both got 21.
21s all around. Great. All right. The watch is yours.
Yeah, so I'm mostly tending to my armor, doing minor repairs with my blacksmithing kit,
Yep.
and
That is
looking
just
at
fine.
the big dent in my helm, going, "That's not gonna buff out."
That was talking about. Ooh, that contacted with my head at some point. That's probably not good. Yeah, there is the lump on your head where the armor caved in on it.
Caldana,
Varys.
how are you feeling?
Thor is hells.
Yes, I also he points to the bump on his head. Not great. Great.
Yeah, that did that to me how many more times than you?
I think twice, 3 times for you. So
At least 4.
To be fair, she got slashed. You got the double axe handle to the head.
right.
I was unconscious. I don't know what he got.
That's true.
Right.
Two of you were beaten unconscious. That is very true.
Well, rather exciting. Demons defeated. Noble questing and all that.
I suppose.
Right. Suppose. You are feeling all right here with everything?
You mean, am I going to go insane and murder you in some kind of blood rage to Scala?
Oh, no. Possession, I would sense if a demon was inside you. I'm not worried about that. I meant more of like, well, thoughts. I don't know. I sort of thought as I came down here, and after going to the market and hearing you all sort of talk about what your people had gone through, it just seemed sad, that maybe they felt they had to come back here.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but I'll remind you I don't remember any of it.
Right. True. Yes. Nothing then. You don't know what you were doing before any of this?
Nothing before Splat.
That you've never taken an oath for that you know of or can remember, right?
Not that I know of.
He sets the helmet to the side. So why do it?
Well, having a god this say I'll bring you back to life if you do this. decent motivation.
Suppose. Yes, I suppose that's enough. Is it?
Has been so far.
Hmm.
So what about you? You just swore an oath at one point would go exterminate the demons, or
Oh, well, obviously, have to protect the people and rebuild my order. Obviously, been quested by the gods. Now it makes sense why, obviously, with the demons coming up and everything. So, yes, it all lines up, makes sense. Nice, clear, clean, clean things to keep you motivated. That's not a care in the world, really. Just ever forward.
do you want help with that?
Oh, sure. If you have anything, I have the tools here. Maybe we can. If you spend a lot of time crafting, smithing, anything like that.
Aldana just shrugs. I randomly seem to know shit about it.
Mm, must be frustrating.
Oh, incredibly.
Have you ever thought of demanding answers?
I don't imagine that'll go any better than, you know, when I try to remember back at the bar.
Right. Of course. Just more pain. Seems sort of unjust almost.
Yeah. Probably supposed to be something about leaving that life behind or what have you.
Fair enough. Should be easy then. Just throw it to the wind, right?
Yeah, you'd think, but always sitting there in the back of my head. What was I like before? Am I even the same person?
Hmm. Who were you versus who you could be? Yeah. Do you want to know? If
My gut says yes, but also some other things that make me think maybe no.
mm, I can understand that. Makes it cleaner, maybe.
Maybe.
Mm, mm.
So, again, you are visited by disturbing noises occasionally, the ever present feeling that something is wrong here that you've felt before, but your watch passes without incident. The third watch approaches, you awaken Melody and Carmen for their watch. Melody, I need a perception check. And I will have Carmen give one. Carmen got a 14. And so did you. All right.
Nice.
So Carmen goes over and she kind of sits down by the door, just kind of her leaning up against the door frame and watching to keep an eye on things. She sits down.
How bright is it in this room?
Very dim. It's very dimly lit. There's only a couple torches providing light near the back of the room, and everyone's just kind of sleeping.
Okay. Carmen, when she gets up and does that, She will see a pair of big ol' eyes looking at her
She raised her eyebrows, but seems to quickly understand, and she nods towards you.
before she she moves over into the light.
Did you sleep well, Melody?
That's a loaded question.
That is true.
I don't really get that much sleep.
Mm.
Ugh.
Bad dreams.
Not bad in the I get nightmares. It's more um memories I try not to think about. Which is
Ah,
easy to do when I um when I keep myself busy, but when it's quiet like this, it kind of gets a little hard.
thoughts get louder in the quiet.
Hmm.
I understand. Well, then we can talk if you like.
And she kind of like scoots uh a little close to her and just kind of like bundles up her knees, has her tail wrap around her feet.
You forgive me for saying you don't fit. There's a druid from the mountains and a uruk from up in the desert. There's a tiefling also from down in the mountains, and whatever that is from the God's Grasp forest. All of them warriors, all of them perfectly capable of fighting, and then a bard, even amongst your own people, not very many bards. How did you come to be traveling with these people?
Um and she kind of like thinks on it a bit. I was given a task.
By someone important?
Hmm.
Hmm. And who is this mysterious benefactor?
Oh, I think you might know her. She's the matriarch.
Looks at you for a long moment at that. The, the matriarch, the goddess, the matriarch?
I think so. She gave me fluffles, and she holds up the arm to show the bear.
Interesting. So you spoke to a goddess who gave you a magic tattoo.
Mm-hmm. And
Who
she's
wrote
also
this?
what?
No, interesting.
And
And
she also makes sure that I don't get wet in the rain. I can still splash on puddles, which is still fun, but I don't get wet in the rain.
she told you to travel with 4 random other people?
Um, Not really, but she told me to seek out a champion of the forest. I'm still trying to figure that part out.
She glances over at Cerberus. Yeah, I would keep looking.
And since they all have the same tattoos as me.
They all have a tattoo as well. They all work for the matriarch as well?
No, someone else spoke to them. That's why we don't all have bear tattoos.
You all spoke to gods and now work for them. She
She
looks,
gave me a choice.
she nods. I stand corrected. I'm out of place. You are perfectly in place, it would seem.
I don't know, you fight good.
Years of practice, I assure you, nothing more.
All I can do is this with my loot. And she kind of like pantomimes shooting a bow.
You
I
heal
can also
people?
stab.
You can heal people, save those who are near death, encourage others. You made a demon run away screaming, which is an impressive feat.
I told him I was gonna write an ugly song.
Yes, I was surprised it worked as well, but it did. Uh, most impressive. Twice now I have fought alongside the lot of you and fought something that I could only imagine in my nightmares, and yet I live to tell the tale. Interesting.
So, I have a question.
Very well.
Well, two really, but first one's more my curiosity. Um, why do they call you the? I know why, but I want to hear it from you. But why do you think people call you the Black Ivy?
Ah. It is a play on a name I went by a long time ago. Uh, they call me that, I believe, as a way of saying that no matter, unless I am dug up by the root, I am not easy to deal with, not easy to be rid of. I am a pest, as they would put it.
Like someone they don't want around.
No, I do not believe that they would wish to have me around if they had a choice in the matter.
So if you had to put it in other words, you you wake up and make it someone else's problem, kind of.
I steal things. I take things that do not belong to me because I guess I want to know that I can.
Who do you steal from?
Hmm. Whoever provides a good challenge, whoever has something that is well guarded, something that I can feasibly move. And then once I have it, I give it to whoever and then go on to my next target.
So you give it to um like people who don't have as much.
Sometimes, usually
You don't
whoever I see.
you don't keep anything.
I mean, I won't say I've never kept anything. Sure, I have a home, somewhat. I'm not there very often, so it's whatever. I don't really care about the stuff, Melody. It's the challenge. It's the fun.
Oh,
You think if I can assure you, were I to be stealing things for the intrinsic value of them, I'd be wearing much finer clothes than these.
that's true.
I
And
also would not
besides
be sitting in the middle of a temple, in the middle of nowhere. I would be in a mansion somewhere.
that is also true, but you did get here because you jumped into a hole,
I did, because
which was mean.
I was gambling that the hole would lead me somewhere safer than back into the uh, custody of the guards of Mina's Reach.
Well, if anything, why don't you come with us?
Pretty sure I am to be turned into the guards of Mina's Grove when we return.
I mean, we could vouch for your help.
You are more than welcome to. I understand there is a significant bounty on my head these days.
I think so. I didn't really get a chance to look at it, but there were a lot of zeros.
She smiles. I assure you it's not enough zeros. Oh. As it is. She leans back. If nothing else, it was a delight to meet you, Melody.
Just make sure that if you are going to say goodbye, you say goodbye. Like, Actually say goodbye and not the whole jumping in the whole thing.
She kind of gives a look, but she nods. Very well. You have my word. I will say goodbye if I am to leave. And the rest of your watch passes mostly uneventfully.
She makes her pinky promise that.
She does pinky promise it. And for all of you, sleep is not easy to come by this evening. It is an unpleasant place to sleep. Caldana, as you settle back down for your after the second watch for your last few hours of sleep, you awaken a few moments later. Only you are not in the bed roll in that room anymore. You awaken in a much nicer bed, lavish 4-poster bed in a beautifully decorated room. Around you, you see a bookcase, brand new, beautiful leather-bound tomes. In the corner, you can see a wardrobe and a vanity in the far corner. And directly across from the bed, you see a beautiful shimmering blue orb. And you are resting in this bed.
Do I have control, or are things
You
just
are
happening?
in total control of yourself.
Guess I'll go to the vanity.
Go to the vanity and look yourself. You look as you did, still cut, still beat up pretty good, but not quite as terrible as when you went to sleep. You've managed to heal a little bit overnight so far. But you look like yourself.
Is the orb thing closed?
The orb is closed.
I'm gonna look at the orb, I guess.
So you approach the orb
Wander around the room again.
just as it did before. You approach the orb and it opens. Only inside you don't see anything. It appears to be empty at the moment.
Wouldn't really be interested in the books or the vanity, or not the vanity, the wardrobe, so I guess I'll go out in the rest of the temple.
Okay. You go and you open the door. And you do notice something different about the door immediately. It is no longer this old, rusty door. It looks practically brand new. Beautiful door. It is made of metal, but it is not just iron and steel. There's some sort of red-tinted metal that runs throughout it. And the symbol on the door is different as well. It is not a blood-painted snake bearing its fangs anymore. The symbol on it is in gold, or perhaps gold-plated at least, and it is of the silhouette of a woman with a chain collar around her neck. As you enter back out into the main room, the temple looks very different than you remember it. The floors are no longer crumbling and cracking. They look relatively new. The stairs leading down have 2 rows of lanterns that go down the entire way on stone pillars that were not there when you last saw. Looking around, much of the temple does look the same, at least layout-wise, but the difference is the bottom room where the altar was is not there anymore. It is not. There's no room there. It's just a big open space. And sitting there is a throne. It is not like it's not a expensive throne by any stretch of the imagination. It doesn't look like grand or anything. It's a simple wooden throne. And sitting on that throne is the most beautiful tiefling you have ever lay eyes upon.
Oh boy.
She has long, silky black hair to complement her amber eyes, and her red flesh is covered in intricate tattoos and designs. She wears little in the way of clothing, some simple scraps of cloth to cover her breasts and genitals, bound together by small golden adornments on her hips and around her chest. Her tail sways back and forth, a small jingling in the air as the golden rings around it collide into one another. And as she sees you, she smiles and stands and begins to approach. 1 step, 2 steps, hips swaying as she walks and grows closer. And as she comes within 10 feet of you, she slowly leans down and kneels in front of you, bowing her head politely, and says, "Good evening, mistress."
Haldana is gay panicking.
She glances, she continues to look down until spoken to.
Good evening.
She smiles at that and looks back up at last. "I trust you slept well."
Quite.
"Not really. You're still sleeping. Fear not, mistress."
Confusion.
Mm-hmm. She looks. "Would you like me to tell you what is going on?"
That'd be great.
"Excellent. You are currently in a dream, which is the only place that I can reach you at the moment." She stands and then does a full polite bow. "My name is Lustitia, dread demon of lust and envy, and it is very nice to make your acquaintance."
Uh-huh.
Earlier this
Why are you in my dream?
that is something of a given. I exist in your dream because I exist in your mind. You picked up my amulet, and, well, determined as I was to simply take your form, you seemed quite resistant to it. Perhaps recently your experiences with the Watcher allowed you a degree of protection, or maybe the bird wouldn't allow that to happen. So instead, I was only able to do the next best thing, transfer myself into your mind, the deepest recesses of it, where I can only reach you while you slumber. I do sincerely apologize for this. It was my only manner of escape that cursed hell I lived in.
Why were you in a piece of jewelry?
Ugh. By my own choosing. Well, sort of. I was low of followers. In fact, out of them. They had been hunted to extinction. And so, the only way I could continue to preserve myself was to abandon my physical form and place it into something else, with the hopes that someone would eventually find it. The tieflings who were here before you were quite determined to find me, to locate me. Unfortunately, they were incapable of doing so.
There was apparently a seal on the door, which makes no sense because it just opened.
It opened for you because you were capable of finding me, and you were a tiefling. It would not have opened for them because they were not looking for, well, me, as it were. They were looking for Scala, and one of the many curses of being the dread demon of lust and envy is I appear as what people wished me to be. They wanted to find Scala, and so they found her. Sort of.
But I wasn't looking for you either.
No. You were looking for whatever was in this temple, something a little bit more vague. We demons, we do have to stick within the rules of things, but we can bend them occasionally. What is it that you seek?
I'll let you know when I figure that one out.
Indeed, you don't remember much of anything. Such a naughty goddess playing with your mind like that.
Flat stare.
The bird, the phoenix.
Yeah, I've gotten that far myself.
Indeed. Even here, we will need to keep our conversation brief. I have no doubt it will be a long shortly to shoo me away.
So if you can't just take me over, what are you hoping to get out of being in my head?
Survival. And is the only reason that I'm here at all. You are a most gracious host. And to that end, well, even if I must sit in the deeper recesses of your mind, I at least live on and avoid what comes next for dread demons. For a time.
Not sure I even want to know what that is.
No, indeed. Goddesses have the gods and goddesses, I should say, have the gift. When their time runs out, when their followers stop believing, they get to return to the great cycle and be reborn, as do all mortals and on Rado. Dread demons, not so much. When we die, when our followers and belief ends, we enter the void. An endless black expanse where we spend eternity. You can see why I choose to live in your mind instead.
It's gonna sound like a really stupid question, but how do you know that?
Well, it is admittedly... There is a dread demon by the name of Timaeus. Do you know it? You don't have to answer that. I know you don't. I can see your mind. Timaeus is the dread demon of fear. He is the most ancient of all dread demons, and he returns frequently because one of the wonderful things about the mortal condition is that fear can never truly be vanquished, and so too he cannot as well. It is he who has seen what comes next, for he always returns from it. Even if he is banished and sent there, eventually he always comes back. And it is he who has told the lot of us what remains for us after death. Unpleasant. So,
Another stupid comment.
hmm.
Don't you think he'd just have something to gain from having you all be afraid of something?
Perhaps he does. I have only met him. I've never met another dread demon in my lifetime. They're few and far between in your era. Much
Oh.
thanks to your Inquisition.
Well, given what that bitch did.
Scala herself. Indeed, unfortunate. Well, unfortunate, I guess, does not begin to describe it. Understand, that was some 300 years before I was even born, so much like you, I was not around to see it. So, let me start by saying this then. I will content myself to remaining in the deeper recesses of your mind. However, your survival is now of my, well, utmost importance. I have no aim or goal greater than making sure that you stay alive at this point, because if you die, that is the end of me. So, any way that I can help you, please do not hesitate to ask.
I feel like saying yes, so that's a very stupid choice.
Historically, making deals with dread demons is not a good decision for mortals. They are treacherous. They are loathsome, at least according to the history books. Although I guess those history books have long since been destroyed in your time. You'll have to take my word for it. But seldom is a dread demon in such a precarious position as I am.
I suppose.
Perhaps a small taste. I would give you something small in exchange for something small in return.
What do you want and what are you offering?
I will make you a little bit more powerful and a little bit more capable. And all I wish in return for that is how to put this, a degree of living room within your mind. I would like to be able to be aware of what is happening when you are conscious as well. Perhaps even speak to you.
Do I have time to think about it or do I have to choose now?
I will be able to speak to you again the next time you dream, if you wish.
I'll think about it.
Very well. You are welcome to tell your friends about this if you wish. Although, historically speaking, I will say that it is a frequently
Yeah, that's
dangerous
gonna end
move.
so well.
Not well for those who are possessed by dread demons, though you're not technically possessed. I will say, however, while I don't so much care if they know, there are people where if they find out, well, both of us are going to dislike the outcome of that.
That Inquisition you mentioned, I assume?
The Inquisition among many. Really, any guards, anyone who has a long, sad history with dread demons, which, admittedly, not so many as in my time, or especially the times before that. But we do have something of a bad name and bad reputation. She smiles at that. And you see her take another step closer to you. And she is beautiful.
Kind of narrows, or Caldana kind of narrows her eyes, but doesn't step back.
She smiles at that. Oh, and brave, too. I knew I picked right amongst your group. You fought the demonette. Impressive.
Got my ass handed to me by it.
With my help, you wouldn't have.
I see what you're trying to do.
I am pointing out that, again, your survival is paramount to my survival. I do not like it when things put you on the ground like that, especially not multiple times.
A little bit insulted.
He doesn't seem to care. He seems to be very blunt about it.
I'm gonna think about this, and I'm not gonna let you bait me into it.
Very well. She turns, continuing to sway her hips as she walks back to her throne. I'll be having a conversation with your ego, I believe. They're quite entertaining. Do you say anything else?
No, that's
Okay. As she reaches her throne, she steps back up and sits down. She blows you a kiss, and you awaken.
gonna stare at the ceiling for a few minutes trying to process that.
You're back in the temple, back in the bedroll, and it is just as unpleasant as when you left it. You all awaken. It's the early morning. You are all able to get a long rest.
Woo.
Barely.
We have such a good rest, dude. Stuff's so good. Oh my god, I love old hay.
Well.
Is Carmen still here?
Carmen is still here. She took the last watch with you, so she was at watch till the end.
Okay.
So,
All right.
in the morning, you all pack up. What do you do?
I think it's time for us to return, yes?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all sort of agreed to let's
Great.
go back to town.
So I just want one more time, make sure we're all on the same page. We could go after the worm, which would be pretty, heroic if we wanted to go that way. Or, we could go back to town and everything. But I just wanted to make sure we understood the choices.
Yes.
I don't want to fight something that's bigger than me. That's kind of saying something.
Okay, well, all right then. I guess to town then.
Well, we have two civilians to return.
Fair enough.
We do.
Okay.
One of
Right,
them needs to
obviously.
meet a deadline. I don't know what that is, but it sounds important.
So, you all begin the trek home to Mina's Grove. Just as the trek out was 2 days, so too is the trek back to get there. But it is a relatively safe and easy trek. The way through the forest there is not particularly dangerous. You're able to take the a boat across the lake and then make the trek on foot, or sorry, on the horses that you were given from Mina's Reach to Mina's Grove. And as you arrive, 8 days have passed since your party departed for Mina's Reach. And as you arrive back in Mina's Grove, some things have definitely changed.
Okay, come on.
One major thing really has changed. Outside of the city, where once there were tents with people waiting to get in, there is now a makeshift pen of sorts. It's a hastily but skillfully constructed area, and kept within are people. Each person has a
good.
tent with a bedroll, and there are numerous areas covered by large canopies to block out the sun. In the back, there is a sectioned off part that you can't see into, but it's likely used for privies or something of that nature. Near the front, you can see a large campfire with 3 massive cauldrons of stew brewing over it. On the eastern wall, underneath the canopy, 2 large bookcases are stocked with books. You would call this a prison, except prisoners are not really treated this well, ever. You don't get the sense that the people within are being punished, more like detained. Standing at the front of this pen are 4 guards, although they are not wearing the typical leather and half plate of the city guard of Mina's Grove. These guards are all wearing fine white silk robes with red trimming. The bulkiness of the robes suggests that they are wearing chain armor beneath it. Each of them wields a shield and sword that looks to be of particularly high quality, and emblazoned on the shields is a diagonally split symbol. In one corner, there is a symbol of 2 hands raising a sword aloft, and in the other corner, an oak tree with a moth flying in front of it. That
Oh,
is what you see as you return to Mina's Grove.
Oh my god.
That
What
is
is that
strange. What is
supposed
that
to be?
symbol?
Is
Yeah,
there
would any of us recognize this?
So,
Mayhaps.
I will say this. One of those 2 symbols, none of you even need to make a roll for. It is a symbol you have all seen thousands of times in your life. The symbol you have seen more than any other symbol in your entire lifetime. That is the symbol of the goddess of heroes, Laki, the 2 hands raising a sword aloft.
Okay.
The symbol of the oak tree with a moth flying in front of it, that I'll need you to make a roll for.
May I make a religion roll?
You may make... No, you
No.
would make a history roll.
Oh.
You can make a religion roll
And-
for Laki's symbol if
I
you wish.
rolled 23. The natural 20, if that matters.
I will grant you a question in addition to what I would tell you.
10 on 9.
What'd you get?
10.
You will know what everyone knows. This symbol is somewhat well known. At least these 2 symbols combined are. You're not sure of the origin of the oak tree with the moth flying in front of it. However, these 2 symbols put together on this slash diagonal, this is the symbol of Laki's Inquisition. You may ask a question, Rialta.
When's the last time they've been around or did something?
They are... that is a interesting question and a very difficult one to answer because they are always around. They are a very active order and have been now for over 600 years. But it's hard to know when they're doing things because almost everything they do is kept top secret. Very little information is released about the specifics of what they've done, but they're seen in cities at least somewhat regularly, often in Stone's Throw, but they are seen across, theoretically, wherever there be demons, because Laki's Inquisition is charged by Stone's Throw, by the Council of Stone's Throw, to prevent and to destroy demons. They fight demons. That's what they do. Cerberus, seeing this symbol,
Yeah.
I will tell you one additional piece of information that springs to your mind, although you find it somewhat less, it's less reliable. However, as you see this symbol and try to think what that could refer to, why are these people carrying my symbol, you remember back to an era long ago, or to stories told of an era long ago, after the fall of Scala, when it is said that your order for the first time was somewhat aimless after Scala had fallen. They didn't quite know what to do with themselves at that point. They had defeated the great evil. And there was a lot of discussion about whether it made sense to continue to exist in the God's Grasp forest, or whether it was time to either go back to Mitra Glorianda or find another purpose. And it is said that there were a number of the Order that left to go take a more proactive role in facing dread demons and future threats.
Interesting.
Wonder why the Aki's Inquisition is here. Do you think we might have been too late on stopping some of those dogs?
Melody's eyes light up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Melody. Yes.
I think they know what I'm looking for.
Oh. Well, we have to enter. I suppose as good a time as any to
Find
ask
out.
them. Cerberus will raise a mailed hand.
Mm-hmm.
Hail!
You approach. One of them looks back at you. He is a human man. He nods. Hail. Can I help you?
I am Cerberus of the Green Shield. I come with my associates. We were tasked by the captain of the guard of this town with several tasks, including traveling to Mina's Grasp. We return with news, as well as, some individuals which have been missing.
Oh, you're the ones that were sent by the captain of the guard here, then.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
That's good.
You are expected. He looks over the other one. Where did they say to go? And the other one glances over. At their earliest convenience, they would report to City Hall.
Oh. Very well then. He turns to Callie. Well, madam, I think we have escorted you home.
She nods politely. Of course, I can find my way back to pages from here.
Grand.
She bows politely. Please, come see us sometime. I'll ensure that. She glances over at Carmen. Maybe don't bring her, but I will ensure that there's some form of reward left for you.
Oh, I just want your first book. I forgot to buy that.
On the house, I will have one prepared for you.
Oh, that's kind.
We will visit when we can.
Excellent.
Carmen, have you ever visited City Hall before?
Carmen glances over and nods. Not during the daytime.
Oh, well,
It's much
it'll be
prettier during the day.
quite a new splendor that you get to see it in.
It is.
Let's go, everyone.
Indeed.
Can I take a look at the people who've been detained?
You can.
Okay.
You recognize some of them.
Who are they?
You can see they are all people from Mina's Reach. You see Lieutenant Rayner in there. You can see Raj Seaborn in there.
Oh.
They're not the people that were camped out from before.
No, these are all people from Mina's Reach.
Okay.
like-
I'd like to approach one if I'm allowed to. Do they
can.
let me?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can approach the outside. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll go to the one that's with the guy with no.
The Robo-Man,
Rayner.
Lieutenant Rayner.
Yeah,
Lieutenant Rayner.
Rayner.
Lieutenant Rayner looks up. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah, let's
oh,
talk
thank the
about
gods, you're all right."
Yes, we are fine. What is happening here?
Oh, the Inquisition. They've detained all members or all citizens of Mina's Reach until such time as their investigation is completed.
They
What the heck? Why?
What investigation? Investigation into what?
They're investigating the fiend presence in the mines of Mina's Reach.
and they
Ah.
think you guilty of something?
No. We are merely being detained until their investigation is finished, and then we'll be released, or so we're told.
So why can't you get in the city?
This is He glances over and then leans in to whisper. I sense for much the same reason that you do not allow someone with the pox into the city.
So
I think you
There's
affected.
demonic possession, all sorts of things.
Something to that nature, I think.
But isn't there like some kind of like something they could use to be like, oh, you got it, and
I
you've
would.
been right or
Well,
something like that.
you're more than welcome to take it up with them, but we have all been told to stay here. And he motions around. You can see through. No one's in any pain or like there's no discord in there. They're literally just chilling out. Most of them are reading.
Sort of historical point. What sort of reputation, like how hard line of a reputation do they have?
The
Are they-
Inquisition?
Yeah,
Yeah.
are they like
Yeah.
real life historical Inquisition hard line?
It is hard to say
intense
it's hard to say with a ton of certainty. Their methods are known to be rough but effective. Here is what is known and what is mostly paid attention to. There has not been a serious dread demon attack in 600 years because of this. Caldana, someone in your mind would definitely agree with that.
Well, unfortunate, but seemingly effective. Hopefully we can put this behind us quickly. How long have you been in here, Lieutenant?
2 days.
2 days.
Have they given you a timeline of how long they think their investigation will take?
They have been waiting for the party who went into the mines to return and be investigated.
Oh.
No,
Then
we
I
have
suppose
They're
it's-
here.
responsible in some
So,
ways.
I
just-
sense we won't be in here much longer.
Yes,
we
yes.
Proceed to town to the hall. Then.
Well, hopefully we can get this sorted up in no time at all.
Agreed.
If you could share with the people of the Reach that we appreciate their patience profusely.
He looks at you. Allow me to be clear. No one holds you any ill will. You are all heroes to us. So, yes, we are. If our part must be to wait in here for a couple days, we'll live.
It's very
It sure
understandable.
doesn't feel like it. It feels like you guys like we did something and we.
I don't think we did anything wrong, just that, they are trying to be careful. The sooner that we can sort some of this out, then the better off everyone will be.
Demons
Better
are
say.
insidious things. They can get into your head with what they say and sort of almost. Well, many of them strive to take control, and can they be tempting, manipulative by nature. There are many, many tales of the pact the demon would like to have people join in, and all those tales end the same way. Be very careful, for no matter what they may seem to give, they will always ensure they have the upper hand. I can see why, despite the, perhaps discomfort that this brings, it is necessary to ensure that kind of infection does not seep its way in between the ears, so to speak, of this town and rest firmly as a weight on its brow.
Indeed.
Just 1,000 yards there.
I mean, the good news is that your skin's already red, so your ears can't be red, Caldana.
That
So
is true.
that's the good news here.
So,
Yeah, no, in character, just sort of like necessary precaution stuff.
So you all make your way into the city, and you indeed have the run of the city. It's not as crowded as it was last time you were here. It's still quite busy, however, and you have the run of the city. Where would you like to go?
Town hall for me.
Town hall. Not wasting any time.
Yeah, we
Well, I guess we need to technically turn in what's her name first,
we
don't we?
can bring her with
All
us.
right.
I'm sure there will be authorities on hand.
You can. All right. So. All
I
right.
like
so-
how you guys were like, "Hey, have you seen City Hall? Fuck off."
So you had
Aldana's just gonna look at the rest of the party. Maybe I should go see the matriarch.
Not
What?
a bad idea. I suppose we can report whatever there is to report.
I don't know
Uh,
if I don't know if Fluffles can talk for her, but Fluffles, can you do that? Can you talk for her?
talk for who?
Which one's Fluffles?
Oh, the matriarch. Gotcha.
I think Caldana
Ah.
means the matriarch of
Matriarch
the
Ashana.
yes, matriarch Ashana.
Oh,
Not the goddess. It is
Okay.
very
Right.
confusing when you have similar titles for things, I will say.
Well,
Yeah,
they're
it
identical,
kind
but
of
of course, matriarch is just a generalized word. It almost seems unfair for us to expect that, diverse culture and world like this one, that every single title or instance would be wholly unique. And sometimes I feel that it's on the individual to try to raise themselves up from the ground and remember that language is inherently confusing in a way. It reminds me of a story.
Cerberus,
okay.
I think
While
we
he's
must
doing this, Aldana has started walking away and is like nodding her head to Carmen.
so,
This is
so-
what's happening in Melody's head right now.
So Carmen glances over at Caldana and is like, does anyone try to stop her?
Oh yeah, hand on shoulder.
Okay. So she nods.
This is a big old hand.
All right, we were going to City Hall. I was going to show you there.
Yeah, she could come with me.
So, Caldana, are you going with the group to City Hall or are you going to Lockheed's Haven?
I'm going to the Haven.
Okay. We will start with City Hall. So, as you enter in, Carmen explains to you that City Hall is the next building north of the Widow's Revenge. It is the very next building that you come to heading up the main road. The next building north of the Widow's Revenge is indeed City Hall. Comparatively, it is a relatively small building compared to the Widow's Revenge. It's only 2 floors with a pine door in the center. Inside, you can see a room to your right, which looks to be a waiting area with a receptionist's desk. To your left, there is a dining room, and further down this entry hall, you can see a set of stairs leading up and another room to the left that looks to be a kitchen on the main floor. Behind the receptionist's desk is a dragonborn woman with deep green scales and a horn extending from her snout. She seems to be diligently poring over a ledger.
pardon me,
A
ma'am.
horn?
A horn.
Okay.
Pardon me, ma'am.
The woman looks up. Huh? Oh, yes, can I help you?
We are the group that is associated with what happened at Mina's Reach. We were told that we need to be seen immediately.
Cerberus of the Green Shield. Pleasure to meet you.
This is Cerberus of the Green Shield.
Yes, that is my name.
It is his pleasure.
Hi, I am Arazi of the Verde.
Well met, Arazi of the Verde.
Hi,
As
I'm
a no-
Melody of the Ivory.
Yes.
She kind of glances over at you. Oh. Don't see many ivory here.
Well.
You haven't seen any
feels-
performers at all?
Not Dragonborn, no. But here
No,
you are.
as in like performer, and she kind of like gestures to herself.
Yeah, she looks like she has no idea what you're talking about.
Oh,
But she nods. Very well. So Cerberus, okay, the dwarf must be Rialta.
Yeah, correct.
Uruk. She gives an extra long glance at Brooks, but not Brooks.
Yes.
And then she looks, Melody of the Ivory, I heard.
They're back.
And then she glances over at Carmen and is like, Caldana?
No, she's just accompanying us. Caldana has another matter to attend to.
All right. And what's your name? And the woman's like, Allison. She
Cerberus grows confused.
Such modesty.
Allison. Oh.
She glances over. Well, I don't have an Allison on my list, so you can wait
he
here
can
in the
vou-
waiting room.
No, we can vouch for her.
I'm sure you can. But she is not permitted to go see the mayor.
Ah, thank you, madam. Cerberus sort of walks forward against his assistant. You see, we have no idea why we are here. I very much appreciate that you have taken the time to inform us of why we are here and what we are doing.
Yes, you have been summoned by the captain of the guard as well as the mayor of the city.
Oh, this is our first
I'm
time hearing it. Thank you so
I'm
much.
sure they will want to meet her.
Well, if that is the case, then yes, actually, we do need to take this woman to meet the captain of the guard. She is incredibly notorious.
Very well. Very well. She stands and starts to lead you up the stairs. As you get up the stairs, Arazi knocks at a door that is just to the right when you get to the top of the stairs, and a woman's voice calls for you to enter. The door opens, and you find yourself entering a meeting room with a large round table made from pine. The windows overlook the myriad markets across the street. On the wall, a map of Minas Grove is visible, as well as the city's charter. Sitting at the table are 4 individuals. The first you recognize immediately as Captain Sagelin, who looks quite distressed at the moment. The next woman you notice is a dwarf. She is a mountain dwarf, standing at 4.5 feet tall and looks tough as nails. She has deep brown hair and is blind in one eye, which you can tell is milky white and coated over, while the other is chocolate brown. She wears fine clothes that conceal her otherwise rugged appearance, and one gets the feeling that she would rather be wearing anything else in the entire world. The third person you see is, where is he? He is a man who looks to be middle-aged. He's human, has a long, unkempt beard. His hair is black, although a great deal of silver now shows in it, and his beard matches. And
Human?
Finally, he is human, yes. And finally, there's a man with brilliant, naturally silver hair and deep green eyes and fine clothes. He is an elven man, and he wears a gray vest with a red tie over a white button-down shirt. Black slacks and fine leather shoes complete the look, and resting on his vest is the symbol of Lockheed's Inquisition. Arazi introduces you all, and you're politely asked to wait for just a moment, as they are currently finishing a point of discussion. And at that, the dwarven woman nods, looking towards the elven man, says, "Listen, I think I speak for both of us, or for all of us, when I say that all we care about at this point is the release of our citizens from your detainment," she says simply. The elven man nods and smiles, bowing his head politely. "On behalf of Lockheed's Inquisition, I offer my sincerest apologies. We have nearly completed our investigation, and at that time we will be able to release those in detainment," he says, before looking over at the party. "And speaking of completing our investigation, I understand we have you all to thank for the cleansing of Mina's Reach."
You're welcome.
Jockin glances over at you, and he stands up. These are the ones that I sent to Mina's Reach to help deal with the mines. This is Rialta Folknir. He's like looking right at Carmen and is just like, what? And then he just goes to the next person. Melody of the Ivory. This is Cerberus and Brux Ottelborn. Oh my, did Caldana not make it back? Is she okay?
Yes.
Oh, she's fine.
She's a personal
She
matter.
went to speak with the matriarch.
I see.
The person, not the god.
I see. Fair enough. Very well then. And allow me to introduce, of course, Jockin. This is the mayor of the city. He motions to the dwarf. This is Lady Garnet Ashfist. This is Constable Armin. Oh God, what was his last
Hammer.
name?
Yeah, I knew it. I was waiting.
This is Armin Red Scry, the constable of the city, and this is and the elven man stands and bows his head politely. Inquisitor Martine Sunvale. Wonderful to meet you.
I'm sorry. Is your name Martin?
Martine.
Martin.
Martine.
Now,
Mhm.
Mel, it's important to call people the way that they
Long eye, not short eye.
pronounce it. Inquisitor, mayor, uh, captain, constable. Pleasure to meet you all, some for the first time.
Yes, I understand. Well, you had quite a sight in Mina's Reach. I would hear all about it. He
Uh,
seems like a man who has probably been very bored for most of the day and now seems very interested.
Well, where do we begin?
At the beginning would be preferable.
Well, we were told of people dying by an illness that where wounds did not heal, and people rising from the dead. So we went to the mines to figure out where the source of that might be.
You see him looking at a notebook that he has. Yes, I understand. Mine shaft number 2713 was of particular import.
Yes.
Correct.
And so we went down there. By the time when we arrived, it was quite the sight. I suppose my comrades will fill in the details, the gaps, but there was a purple worm that we saw for just a moment that spat out.
You all noticed two things. Lady Ashfist and Jockin and the constable, their eyes all go wide at the mention of a purple worm. Martine Sunvale looks completely unfazed.
Okay.
And the worm spit out these, well, I can only call them demon dogs. There was a
You
creature.
were mean.
They
Can
were
you
very,
describe these demon dogs for me, please, in detail,
Mean.
as much as you can?
she tries her best to
Mm-hmm.
explain what she saw and colors and sizes and four-leggedness and the like.
Oozing.
Extra eyes, don't
And
forget.
the names.
Extra eyes. Yes, they
As-
spoke names.
Yes.
Which names precisely?
Where did I?
Two of them were
Two.
people in here.
And yours and,
And
hers.
yeah.
Jockin Sagelin and Lady Ashfist. And who did you say the third was?
Oh, this is Carmen.
Carmen's here.
She's wanted for a significant amount of money.
The constable and
Absolutely standing right behind her.
The constable-
blocking her.
the constable and Jockin immediately look over to her and nod. They look towards the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor glances back at them. I do not need all of them. If you would prefer to go process your criminal now, you may. And they nod. And both of them stand and approach Carmen. The
Wait.
constable puts her arms behind her back. And he looks over towards Melody. Yes?
We kind of need her to be here for this.
It is Armin who glances over. Why?
He helped
well,
us.
One,
She-
yeah.
Was there, and specifically joined us and endangered her life in order to help us when there was no reason to. She
And she's-
also followed the path of the worm.
She's literally the only one who can tell us her experience about that
Correct.
and where she ended up.
We hope these are taken into consideration.
The captain and the constable glance at each other before looking to the Inquisitor. It seems she may have some information that is valuable to you after all. I will expect her delivered to the courthouse after you have finished questioning her, and at that point we will consider all points of view. Carmen pulls her hands free. Thank you. Oh. And they those two leaving just the mayor and the Inquisitor behind. And he said, "Please continue. I apologize for the interruption."
Well, there was also another creature, demonic creature, that had an orb that seemed to be controlling that purple worm.
What
And
happened
imp,
after?
my good Inquisitor.
Imp.
And what happened after the imp was killed to the orb?
Orb cracked.
Cracked or
After
exploded?
It erupted in a field of energy that nearly killed one of our friends. Luckily, they survived.
That's me.
It then shattered and became latent.
I think I have the pieces actually.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure we picked those up.
Based on
He-
personal research, I believe it to be one of the methods that ancient Scala may have used to transport troops to the ground.
He looks at you for a long moment as if trying to figure out how you know that. And where did you come across such information?
Books and my training. I am a member of the ancient and honorable order of Oak and Ash.
He looks at your shield at that and nods. Ah, indeed, a former comrade in arms, then.
Former.
Oh, the Inquisition and the Order of Oak and Ash have not fought alongside one another in many hundreds of years.
Side by side.
But we share a
Differences
common
as
goal.
develop?
Uh,
Question mark.
as ever, the defeat of dread demons. I presume that is still the Order's goals.
And the safety of the continent as a whole. Yes.
Indeed. So,
To that end, we will probably find the next leg of our journey to be of interest.
allow
and
me to
describe
start. Allow me to start with this one then. I just wish to recap and make sure I understand before we move on to anything else. You arrived in the city of Minas Reach to find the disease had taken hold, that the dead had been rising. You descended into the mines of Minas Reach, and specifically into mine shaft 2713, where you were accosted by a imp holding a orb that summoned a worm. The 3 of these demonic dogs appeared, as you describe, each with a name. And at the end of the encounter, the orb was destroyed. Is
Correct.
that correct? Excellent.
Upon returning to the town, we found the curse had been lifted. The healed,
Indeed.
the medics were able to treat the wounded properly.
The demon dog that spoke Carmen's name was very fixated on her.
I have
And
no
the
doubt.
other ones seemed to be looking, and I think they were looking for you guys or at you guys.
I have no doubt. He looks to Lady Garnet Ashfist and nods. I have no reason to doubt the veracity of their claims. If that is the case, they were dealing with relatively low-level demonic influences within Mina's Reach, and more importantly, not ones that originated there, ones that came from elsewhere, which means that there is no reason to believe that any of the people outside are infected in any way. And Lady Ashfist nods, and I presume that means we may release them. He nods. Yes. First, they must be told the truth of the matter, and he casts a glance to all of you, a very serious glance. They will be informed the attack was done by a underdeep strain of kobold that were dug up in the mine. The disease itself from a stagnant pond found in the bottom of mine shaft number 2713. This is the findings of our investigation. You will be provided with a redacted report upon our return to Stone's Throw. Presuming, Lady Ashfist, that you are comfortable with never repeating any of the words you have heard within these walls, that will be the end of our Inquisition's presence in your city for now. She seems to consider this for a long moment before nodding. I don't particularly care as long as it gets my people out of detainment. And he nods. Excellent. And he looks over to all of you. That goes for all of you as well.
I have a question.
Indeed. Please speak your mind.
And she takes a deep breath. Why did it take you so long to get to them?
Get to whom?
To those people.
To the people of Mina's Reach?
Yes.
Because I was only informed that there were fiends in the area 2 days ago. Or, 4 days ago. When
Don't you guys like specialize in stuff like this?
we do, but we may only move when we know that it is happening.
It was happening. It was happening for 2 weeks.
It was indeed.
And it takes you 2 days
Mel-
to get to them.
Melody.
My dear, the Inquisition came as soon as there was a confirmed report of a fiend in the area. That was 4 days ago when the word arrived, and we were here within a day.
They were dealing with it for 2 weeks.
They were kobolds. They were reporting kobolds or goblins, I believe the original report said. No mention of a fiend.
And how were you gonna explain the people not healing from their wounds? The people that were supposed to not move anymore suddenly become alive again.
Porphyric exsanguination is a terrible disease and one often found in stagnant ponds at the bottom of mines.
Sir, I had that thing. That was not like that.
He looks at you very blankly. I am aware. I listened to your report. I am telling you what we will be telling the people of this city.
And you're telling us that we're going to be telling them the truth. And you're telling me that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to lie to these people?
Correct.
How
he does
is
not
that
seem in the slightest bit phased. Say again?
How the heck is that supposed to heal the world?
Because that is what allows us to prevent dread demons from appearing. The most effective way to combat a dread demon's appearance is to ensure there is no knowledge of it. They feed on fear, they feed on hate, and they feed on mistrust. It is much easier to simply allow people to not think they believe or exist. That is how we have dealt with them and how we have prevented most of them for the past 600 years.
And you think that what you're doing is not spreading mistrust?
I think my results speak for themselves.
Master Inquisitor, it's an interesting thing to engage in deceit to defeat evil. A difficult one for
Indeed.
a man that's taken the oaths that I have.
I have not taken the oaths that you have.
I know, Master Inquisitor. I was not speaking of you.
Ah.
Speaking of me.
You are pledged to defeat dread demons and keep the continent safe, and that is exactly what I am asking you to do.
Yes, of course, sir. I understand.
Excellent. Then I will ensure that the people of that are in detainment will be told the truth of the matter, and they will be released before nightfall. He smiles at that.
Right.
Unless there are any other objections.
Melody is shaking, and she has her eyes narrowed at this man.
Only one thing, Master Inquisitor.
Please, speak your mind. He actually it seems very approachable.
We can produce for you a further report about what we learned at New Escala?
New Alcana.
New Alcana.
Yeah. Yes,
The tunnels, as Carmen can report, led there. And indeed, I don't know if it's the original source, but it may have been the source of this occasion.
He holds up a hand. Interesting. Please, if you would follow me. Mayor, you may arrange... I will deliver the news to the guards on the way out, and your people will be freed before nightfall. Thank you so much for your time and your patience with the Inquisition. And he bows his head politely. Please, and he nods to all of you, follow me. And he starts to lead you out.
Follow.
Mm-hmm.
He takes you next door to the Widow's Revenge. And you all enter in. He is given a rather wide berth. Within, you see there are probably about 15 more people wearing the same armor as those outside. The Inquisition seems to be staying here. You are taken up to the second floor.
They're making you stay in the stables?
He glances back curiously.
I forgot about that.
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, grand.
Anyway.
Must have redone it.
I see. He gives a pleasant smile as you all head upstairs. to the second floor, to the rooms that were originally assigned to you. The first, second, and third rooms of there. Of course, you were assigned the first 5 rooms originally, but the first 3 are the ones that are relevant to right now. He nods and points to the third room down. Melody and Carmen, if you wouldn't mind going and waiting in that room for me, please.
Still squinting.
Mhm.
Are
Ex-
we being split up?
Yes, occasionally I find that I'm able to get a more
Oh.
whole picture of the story when I speak with smaller groups. Brooks, you may take that second room, and Rialta and Cerveris, you may join me immediately in this first room.
Of course.
Very
Oh.
well.
Caldana, as you're not there, I will allow you to stay in here. The rest of you, you're going to be going to spend some time down in General Use 1 or 2, separated from one another. And I'm going to need you all to be on the honor system and not share what we're going to talk about. So
Okay.
I'll see some of you later.
Fantastic.
I'll
You
s-
don't just want me to go to green room?
I mean, you're not there, so you really can't influence anything, so you can stay and listen.
Jeez.
You're gonna mess up all the cameras, by the way.
It's totally fine. I know.
Okay.
But we're gonna
It
I wanted
just
to do this.
occurred to me.
Oh, I
So-
think it's great.
I will send you down to different places and I will bring you back as I need you.
Okay.
See some of you later.
Oh boy.
You're gonna go
I'm gonna
there,
ruin this man's whole career.
and you're gonna go there, and everyone else, the rest of you can stay here. So he takes you, Rialta and and Varus. He takes you into the remaining room,
Mm-hmm.
and closes the door behind him. Smiles and nods as he sits down. Now then, you had a further report on the city of New Alcana. Tell me about it.
Well, the city itself is rife with destruction. We were asked to go there by the matriarch. She's called Matriarch Ashana. She leads, well, essentially leads.
He stops you. Why would Matriarch Ashana want you to go to New Alcana?
There were a number of members of her tiefling society that had taken up and left with, I cannot remember this man's name for the life of me. Sorry, Kelly.
Kuldan.
What- Kuldan. Okay. They're taken up with an individual named Kuldan. She was concerned about what they could be engaging in. She wasn't sure if they had begun in the worship or practice of anything relating to a dread demon, but she was concerned it could be true. So she wanted us to look into it.
So we
We-
said we would investigate.
Yes. We went to Mina's Reach first. They actually were to be completely unrelated. As a matter of fact, she didn't assign us or pay us for this. She simply requested if we could. Well, we did. It so happened that the woman Carmen that you met, we eventually found there. I will get to why and how in a moment, but we found it's because the tunnels lead there that the purple worm went. What we found was a makeshift temple to Scala. No other building was inhabited that we could see. There were traps set, and people had been coming and going. As far as we can tell, no one from that group is alive anymore. Some of them engaged in a ritual, including the one named Kuldan, that allowed him to transform into a horrific set of creatures. And we fought them to the death. They no longer exist, and the altar that the beasts were summoned from, which required blood and living sacrifice, crumbled and vanished. They were worshipping Scala, or some effigy or remnant belief in
Or
such a
just
thing.
attempting to.
One other thing, they summoned, which is still at large, another one of these hellhounds. It was given a name, which I don't recognize. Do you remember the name, Rialta?
Something Blackstone.
Aldrich Blackstone.
Aldrich Blackstone.
He pauses for a moment before standing and walking over to the door, opening it, and speaking to a guard outside who very quickly hurries away. And then he closed the door. Apologies.
No worries. That creature is still at large, and if it operates the same as the rest of them, I would assume it's pursuing whoever this Aldrich is.
I have
But-
no doubt that he is. Aldrich Blackstone is a counselor in Stone's Throw.
Well, that explains something.
Beyond that, the area was rather unimpressive. There was a kitchen, a room where Cooldown had been sitting with his ravings written in the journal. A nice room as well, quite a nice one that Cooldown wasn't using. He had claimed that it was locked. It wasn't. We were able to get in. I don't know if he had broken the lock before we accessed it or what, but we found access relatively easily, and all that was in there was what is there? A library, some books.
Books.
Oh, a pendant. A
Yeah,
pendant.
jewelry.
Yeah,
Oh.
jewelry.
And where is this pendant now?
The jewelry?
Yes.
Let's see. Who took it?
I believe Kaltana had taken it.
Ah,
And where
Fred
is Caldana? You said speaking with the matriarch?
Correct.
Excellent, thank you.
It just looked to be some sort of necklace, but
I am certain
was
it is
cle-
of no consequence.
it was clearly lauded by the individuals. They had it in, whoever was in that room had it in a...
Allow me to summarize then, if I may. You were hired by Matriarch Ashana of Lockheed's Haven to investigate the possibility of a dread demon cult in the city of New Alcana, or the remnants of New Alcana. It has not been a functional city now in 400 years.
Yes.
Yes.
I see.
And from what we can tell, that cult no longer exists. The individuals that were there transformed themselves into demonic entities,
And they
and they have
were
been
members, citizens of Mina's Grove and of Lockheed's Haven.
certainly from Lockheed's Haven. I do not know, and
Yes, and Mina's
Yes.
Grove then.
yes, then Mina's
All
Grove, yes.
citizens of Lockheed's Haven are also
Our
citizens of
citizens,
Mina's Grove.
yes.
And they were aware of how to do blood magic rituals.
It would seem so. Whatever ritual they performed was successful. Well,
Perhaps.
it did something.
I'm
Whether
not
it did what they intended, I don't know, but they transformed into demonic entities and were successful in summoning one of those hellhounds.
When you were in Lockheed's Haven and accepting this quest from Matriarch Ashana, did you see any symbols of Scala or any other dread demons you might recognize?
No.
No.
Matriarch Ashana herself was quite deferential to my order in particular, and had hoped that, if possible, and this cool dawn was simply misguided or misunderstood, that we could urge these people to, go away from anything more extreme.
Did you see anything that would suggest the presence of blood magic within the area?
No, sir.
No, not that we. No.
Excellent. Well, thank you. I think those are all of my questions. I will be back for you shortly after I've spoken with your allies. Stands and bows his head politely.
Of course.
All right.
I think that went very well, Kelda.
You two can go hang out in the green room.
Yay. Oh, you guys can't hear me yet.
Brux,
I have to be very quiet.
it's a few moments. Oh, sorry, Brux, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Just checking.
My
Yeah,
camera.
green room.
Yeah, no, it's all the cameras are effed up.
It's gonna be
Brux,
quiet
you make
because,
your way
we have
on
to do
over.
it
Yeah, sorry,
differently.
you're coming through on microphone. So,
Okay, I can't speak anymore.
Brux, you can type though to each other if you like. Brux, a moment later, Martine Sunvale enters into the room and smiles as he sits down and nods. Well, your friends were very helpful. I actually don't have a ton of questions for you, but I would very much like to hear your accounting of what happened, what brought you to the city of New Alcana.
What sent us there in the first place? We were following up on what at the time was seemingly unrelated issue of, and sort of explain the whole thing with, everything going on with Lockheed Haven.
Mm-hmm.
Khaldun was his name?
Kuldan.
Wrong pronunciations.
I understand. Their
yeah.
names can be difficult sometimes.
But everything that was going on with that from like those first two sessions, we were following on that, and only to find that it was in fact related.
Indeed, I understand you found a cult worshipping Scala.
That is nice.
They performed blood magic rituals. You witnessed them?
Well, actually, I have the training that, yes, I would be able to very much identify that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, yeah.
I understand that it was Matriarch Ashana herself who asked you to go investigate whether or not the wayward members of Lockheed's Haven had, in fact, become these monsters, these cultists. Yes?
Not explicitly as such. It was a fear that she had. It was more, at least as I interpret it, more simply checking. She
I see.
was concerned.
I see. And while you were in Lockheed's Haven, did you see anything of the nature of, say, any symbols of Scala or any other dread demons you might recognize?
No, we did not.
Rialta mentioned to me while you were eating there that you saw what might have been something along the lines of a blood magic ritual. Is that true?
Wait, where? I'm attempting to place where he's asking about.
He's suggesting that while you were in Lockheed's Haven eating dinner, you saw this.
Where? Not my recollection.
I see. Well then, is there anything else you would care to share about the events of New Alcana?
There was, if it wasn't already mentioned, as part of that, there was another one of those demon bugs that was summoned.
Yes, with the name Aldrich Blackstone, I believe.
Correct.
He is a counselor, a human counselor on the Stone's Throw Council.
That seems something that might be handling.
Indeed. Two members of the human council or two human counselors of the Stone's Throw Council have been murdered within the last week.
That's
Stone's Throw is on the verge of chaos at the moment. If we are not able to identify the cause of this and make sure it is not going to happen again, I fear for what I will return to.
not one to tell you business, but it seems like a solid.
Thank you very much, Brooks. I appreciate your candor. I will be back in just a moment after I've spoken with Melody and Carmen. And Brooks, I'll catch you in a moment.
Yeah.
And then there was one. Melody. A few moments later, it's about 5 minutes have passed when he enters into your room, Martine Sunvale. You and Carmen have both been sitting in there, waiting, and he comes in and bows his head politely as he goes to sit down. All right. Well, as I have already gotten quite a bit of the story from your comrades, I only have a few things to ask and to follow up on and catch up on. Would you care to start? What was your experience in New Alcana? We'll start with you, Melody, please. Unless Mal's AFK.
Or doesn't realize she's muted.
Shit. Okay, I muted
Okay, there we
myself
go.
in 3 different areas. I was like,
No worries. So yeah, he has to start with you, Melody.
and she kind of has like her arms crossed, and if you could see steam just like billowing out of her, well, not billowing out, but like I don't know what the word is for this. Steaming out of her smoke steaming out of her nostrils.
Perhaps maybe I should start then. Melody, I fear we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. My job is a frequently unpleasant one, and not even particularly rewarding most days. It is my job to keep this world as safe as I possibly can, And one of the most difficult parts of my job is that when I am in the absence of the facts, I have to assume the worst. Because when we do not assume the worst, that is when, well, people like Scala rise to power. It is my hope that I will be able to gain the facts that I need and return home, well, as quickly as possible. I will be blunt with you. 2 of the human counselors of Stone's Throw have been murdered in the last week. And as I understand it, the devil dog that you all encountered in New Alcana was given the name of a third, Aldrich Blackstone. Someone is murdering the human counselors of Stone's Throw at a time when Stone's Throw is already on the verge of civil war. It is my distinct hope to prevent that.
I hope you realize you costed me 5 gold.
I'm costing you 5 gold?
Yes.
In what way?
I said that's 6 gold.
I see. Very well then. He glances over towards Carmen. Maybe you would care to tell me a little bit about what you were doing in New Alcana. She glances over. I believe I'm already in enough trouble without finding out that I somehow crossed into a territory that I was not allowed to be in. And he rolls his eyes. Young lady, it is my job to hunt down and destroy dread demons. I do not care about the jurisdiction of Mina's Grove. I am not here to punish thieves or criminals. She nods. As they said, after I assisted in the mines, I had no intention of going back to being locked up again, so I fled down the wormhole and followed it back to where it came from, which, as it turns out, was New Alcana. There I found a number of passages off to other places. I'm not sure where, of course, but they went off in different directions. I came up a set of stairs there and found myself in the altar room of this temple in New Alcana. I was captured, and they were intending to use me as a sacrifice at some point, along with another woman. And Martine interrupts her immediately. And who's this other one? I wasn't told of another woman. She looks like she might have goofed. The bookstore owner. She, just up the way. He nods. Pages, right? I will make a note to speak with her shortly. Very well. Then, what happened next? I sat in a cell for the better part of a few days. I shit in a bucket, which was very unpleasant. And then, well, they showed up, and I was just in the process of breaking out of the cell when they happened to be coming through. We decided we had a better chance of standing up to whoever these things were together than we did separately, and so we fought the monsters. The leader, I don't know his name, but he turned into a massive demon, and we fought him. I see.
He had another thing in him.
Another thing in him.
It took people's souls.
Can you describe this other thing for me, Melody, please?
She's having like a very difficult time like trying to justify saying anything to this guy. And eventually she's gonna sigh and go, if I tell you, would you I tell you what I know, but under one condition.
Yes.
You do everything in your power to make sure she doesn't end up in jail again.
Glances over. That is what you wish.
I mean, they can't charge her with. I don't know what the word is, but like they called it.
No matter what, she will have to be brought up on her charges. However, at her hearing, I will make an appearance and I will wield my authority as I need to. Now, please.
Pinky swear. And she
You
holds out her finger, her pinky finger.
You have my word, and Pinky promises with you.
And she kind of like hesitates for a bit, closes her eyes, and the steam slowly kind of like dissipates.
Mhm.
And she goes, I didn't really get quite a good look at it, but it looked like it was like draped in a black cloth or something. Like
Mhm.
it was it didn't look like a demon or anything like that, but like it kept going inside the the leader that we fought, the
It's capable of
demon.
possessing him.
Kind of like, I don't know if possessions like had the thing kind of sort of jut out at one point,
Almost
but
like a
like
parasite then.
kind
I
of
see.
like it took hold of our companion and sucked something out of her, and after we
Her
killed,
soul?
I think,
A watcher then. Interesting.
and after we killed the the demon, um the same thing was still in, it kind of like popped out, and and it went over. We took it over to the our companion.
I see. Thank you, Melody. That is very helpful. One final question, if you wouldn't mind
Oh,
my asking. Uh, I had heard when you visited Lackey's Haven, Matriarch Ashana is the one who sent you all to uh, explore New Alcana and see if some of her wayward flock had gone that way. While you were all eating dinner, a couple of you have mentioned something that struck you as being of blood magic. Do you recall something of this nature?
there was a lot of blood.
I see.
Like, I don't know how to really describe it, but like it felt, the entire time that we were there, it felt wrong.
In New
Kind
Alcana,
of.
you mean?
And
I
in the mines, but like it was more intense in the temple.
apologies. Of course. I'm asking when you were in Lockheed's Haven speaking with Matriarch Ashana.
Oh, wait, sorry, what was the question
So
again?
he said that a couple of people he's spoken to before you mentioned feelings of something related to blood magic while you spoke with Matriarch Ashana. Did you notice anything?
Oh, and she kind of like thinks on this a bit, and she goes, "No, I mean, I was feeding her."
No, I don't think that qualifies. And he nods. Very well. Thank you for your help. And he goes and gathers the people out of the other room, brings you all back over.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Welcome
Who
back, everybody.
squealed? Just kidding.
All right,
Already
you all may
possessed.
turn your cameras back on, and
Hold on. Is my camera on?
Your
Back
camera's
in
off.
right as
Yours
I
is
start
off.
Coughing.
There we go.
Gotta turn it defaults to off.
Got
So
it.
you're all brought back, and he smiles. Well then, I think I have a full understanding now of what happened. It is always. I do apologize for the theatrics. First off, it is. I find that I am able to get a much more whole picture of the story when I speak with you all separately. And indeed, each of you had something different to tell me. So nothing contradictory, mind you. Just parts that some people thought were important versus what other people thought were important. And I think I have a relatively clear picture now of the events that have happened. Let me
Which
just say,
I'm
sorry.
which
Well-
I'm guessing you're not at liberty to say, or you're gonna have us tell another truth, and she's gonna like air quotes truth.
Quite the opposite, actually. You have all done incredible work. Some better work than I would dare say many Inquisitors alive today. The Lockheed's Inquisition has done, not to brag, but we have done a very good job of ensuring that dread demons are, for the most part, prevented as best you can. The unfortunate truth is you cannot prevent dread demons. They will always return in some way or another. All you can do is mitigate them. Quarantine, detainment, things of this nature can help us to ensure a dread demon takes casualties in the, well, single digits versus what we've seen. And in fact, over the last 600 years, I am pleased to say that there have been a grand total of 24 deaths due to dread demons, which, when compared to Scala's 7 million, is preferable.
Indeed.
To that end, you all have done some amazing work, and I believe I have more work to do here in Mina's Grove, which means I cannot go where I need to go right now. In my place, I would like to send you. I would like to deputize each of you into the Lockheed's Inquisition.
What?
Deputize.
Indeed. I think you have all shown yourselves to be quite capable, and I have a task that I would entrust to you if you would be so willing.
Very well.
What's that mean?
Oh, simply put, I need someone to go to Moon Bay.
Moon Bay.
Yes, it is on the eastern coast, on the Twilight Coast.
Oh, I'm aware where, but I'm not sure if I understand the why.
Oh, simple. I need you to speak with the Onrado there.
The Onrado.
Indeed, Onrado Suki is one of our main, well, we go to her for a great deal of advice on how we handle a lot of things. So rare that an Onrado is alive. They are a great resource to the Inquisition, of course. Their ability to detect the divine presence in others is, well, useful for helping to find people who may be dread demons.
See.
I urged you to go and deliver a message. Introduce yourselves to her, first and foremost. You can introduce yourselves as deputized members of Lockheed's Inquisition and tell her what has happened here.
And then after that, he wishes to meet you back here.
Oh, if she has nothing for you to do, certainly. Or you may meet us back in Stone's Throw, whichever is more sensible at the time. Depends on what is happening here at this point. I will have to inform Lady Ashfist that I am going to be here a slightly longer than I had intended.
I'm sure she'll be fascinated by the news.
I'm sure she'll be most displeased. I have no doubt that I will be listening to her yell at me in her somewhat boisterous voice. But the unfortunate part of my job is I seldom get to be the hero.
No, and sometimes you cost people money.
I do indeed sometimes cost people money, although I will say the Lockheed's Inquisition does do our best to repay our debts, and at that he tossed you a sack with 10 coins in it.
What?
Just look.
Oh,
Right.
it's for my swear purse.
Oh,
Swear purse.
Indeed.
right.
More raised eyebrows.
Well, very good then.
Will
I
this
would be
include-
honored, Inquisitor.
Yeah, every time I say I have to and
Indeed.
she like claps her hands over her mouth.
The Inquisitor glances over at Carmen as well. I think we should go take care of your problem right now. Come. And he starts to lead her out. If you all wish to follow, you may.
Sir Varus will.
Yeah, I
Sure.
suppose I will too.
You are taken down to the courthouse where the Inquisitor promised he would bring her after he was done speaking. The courthouse is a very small building. It's only one room. And you can guess its purpose. It is the determining of guilt and sentencing of prisoners. And she is brought in with all of you. There waiting is Captain Jockin Sagelin, who is sitting quietly over the side, and the constable who is acting as a magistrate at this moment, standing in front on the dais. And she is brought up, and you see the Inquisitor go sit down over in the corner as he waits. She is brought up in front, and Armin glances over to Jockin and says, "Let's get this over with. Please, what are the charges? Jockin gets out a rather lengthy piece of paper.
Whole pamphlet.
Yeah, she has got something of a pamphlet, and he
Oh,
begins.
it's nothing. It's not like a scroll that scrolls all the way down to the floor
lo-
and keeps
it's-
going.
Out the door.
Yeah,
a-
right.
It is a long scroll, but he starts to read from it.
Oh, energy time.
Carmen Rayla, known aliases Nightshade, Carmen Darklight, Ivy Smith's daughter, Violet of the Ivory, Allison Torben,
She's sort of like Ivory.
and then he looks at the last one. Father Alexander of the Order of Lockheed. You see Carmen laugh at that. And he nods. Known charges: 53 counts of larceny, 40 counts of burglary, 15 counts of bribery, 7 counts of impersonation of a city official, 1 count of impersonation of a city official's wife, 1 count of impersonation of a city official's husband.
Okay.
He looks very annoyed. 2 counts of adultery with intent to defraud or blackmail an official of the city.
I shouldn't have committed adultery, I guess.
Naturally.
3 counts
wait.
of... Sorry.
So
Yep.
wait, was she doing this like under the guise of impersonating a husband or a wife?
Both.
Or both. He's got both charges on
That's
there.
why there's 2 counts.
Indeed. 3 counts of lewd and licentious conduct with a member of the clergy. 1 count of
Oh, Father, why?
1 count of utilizing a holy space for indecency. You see Carmen snicker to herself
Kinda
at that one.
seems like a bit
Car-
of overlap.
Carmen,
They're
I
double-dipping
Carmen,
on
I don't
some of
think
these.
you were Carmen, I don't think you're just here for larceny and stealing.
And of course, most recently, 1 count of highway banditry, 4 counts of assaulting guards of Mina's Grove while in commission of a crime, aiding and abetting the murder of Mella from Mina's Grove, and murder of Jackard Kalen from Mina's Grove. How do you plead to these things? She gives a look. Guilty on all charges, save for the murder of Jackard Kalen, who killed himself with his idiocy. The constable gives a look. Anyone care to speak on her behalf?
I would.
Please.
The truth is, when we met, Carmen here, I saw her slit the throat of this Jackard. And, indeed, her attacks caused the unfortunate nature of Mella's death. But she did not order the death of anyone in that caravan. As a matter of fact, she specifically did the opposite. In addition, while held under the purviews of this court by the extension of its executive duties that come under the guards, she was mistreated and mishandled, suffering severe beatings and being left in the rain without intention to bring her in. And I am confident, Your Honor, in speaking to this because we, he raises his hand, had to break curfew in order to bring her in and assure that she did not die of the cold in a city that otherwise was full of, plague. And if
True.
the institutions that we are here to defend cannot be expected to treat the least among us, he points directly at Carmen when he says this, with any sort of decency, then how can the people have any trust in that? No. I have that merely to say that I feel that there have been extenuating circumstances that I am hoping this court will further look into in the addition of other possible punishments needed for related individuals. Finally, if I may, Carmen endangered herself for the well-being of the city. We left her at the inn, bound. She broke free and had the option to escape. She instead journeyed into the mind and joined us in our battle against demonic forces there. And while I know that we are not speaking of these said forces outside these walls, you are aware of them from the Inquisitor's report. So, all of that is to say is that I hope this will be considered, that the violent crimes attributed to Carmen are misattributed, or at least by this night's telling. And the misdemeanors attributed to her, however heinous, well, I believe that if someone is willing to risk their lives for the betterment of someone, that maybe gold lost should be weighed less heavily.
I see.
I am in agreement. While they
Melody
do not
raises her.
balance the scales, there is some.
He nods. Looks over.
Melody raises her hand.
Speak, young lady.
I can't speak for her other crimes, but she showed remorse. She felt bad about the passing of Mela. And she told me in confidence that she doesn't kill. She tries to avoid that, if anything, which was why she took it upon herself to relieve her companion of life.
I see. He looks over. Jockin.
And she's had multiple chances to escape, but well, as you can see, she's here.
Indeed.
She chooses to be here with her own volition.
I see.
Yeah.
Looks over to Jockin. I would say you, Captain. She's been a thorn in your side for, well, as long as you've been here. Jockin nods. Yes, I've seen a great number of reports of her escapades. Some of them more wild and likely exaggerated than others. She gives a look like exaggerated. I don't think so, but shakes her head. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, anyone willing to go down into a mine full of fiends and undead, he stops himself. As far as I'm concerned, anyone willing to go down into a mine infested with plague and underdeep kobold is, well, I don't know that she is so bad. Constable seems to think about this for a moment. It's hard to read his face, but I will tell you whose face is not hard to read, and that's hers. She is not used to people standing up for her. She seems to be processing that, having a hard time with it. Carmen Rayla, please stand. She nods and gets up. Look through your charges. Do you happen to remember all these charges? Do you have any idea, even, what all these are? She nods. I would say most of them. A couple of them I might have been drunk for, but I remember most of them, I would say. He nods. You happen to remember whose husband you impersonated when you lay with his wife? And she glances down for a moment and goes, ah, shit. He nods. I sentence you to hang by the neck until dead. You may die at dawn. And at that point, the Inquisitor stands and goes, no. As much of a enjoyable mummer's farce as this has been. Have officially deputized Carmen Rayla into Lockheed's Inquisition, and as such, she holds diplomatic immunity to all jurisdictional affairs to Mina's Grove. She'll be coming along with me, as will the rest of them. Kindly have a nice day, Constable. And he walks out.
Wolf.
Well,
Melody's jaw drops.
well, it seems the farce continues.
Yeah, she Carmen's like, oh. And she gives a polite wave. She looks up and says, I mean, I was just going to break out of prison anyway, so... And she leaves.
I think it's best we get out before we're blamed for aiding and abetting a criminal. Yes? Yes.
Yeah. So you all
Right.
leave. While it's happening,
Good luck on the marriage issues, Constable.
As long as his name's not Ben Shapiro, we should be okay.
Oh,
we're going to make our way over to Caldana, who is currently in Lockheed's Haven. You've been speaking. You've arrived and have had no problem getting in, as you are well recognized and well liked at this point. Matriarch Ashana greets you. Good evening, Caldana. Welcome home. I understand you've had quite the journey.
Yeah. I wish I had better news at the end of it.
I always feared that the news would not be good, but please share with me what you have.
Well, Kuldan may have been possessed, I don't know, by a thing that was in the mines. I don't know if he did the ritual that did this, or if the thing that might have possessed him did, but turned into a demon, and, well, I'm here and he's not.
Given the state of things, it is probably best that you are here and he is not. Were there any survivors?
Rest of my group, couple prisoners, none of your tieflings.
She looks down and you see tears begin to drip down her cheeks at that. She nods, though. I see. It is as I feared then. For so many, life has become so difficult, and the reign and cruelty of Scala so far removed that many think perhaps it would be preferable. Preferable to hopelessness.
Look where that got us the first time. Not like it's going to make it any better if it goes again.
Indeed. I have a gift for your group. Thank you for what you have done. She goes over and she gets out a leather jacket. It is a deep black jacket with a patch on the shoulder that is a golden hand, symbol of the hand of the goddess. And she nods. This was Kuldan's before he left. I think whoever replaces him, she glances over at her apprentice who is working on it, will be given her own. This one is no longer welcome in Lucky's Haven. I bid you all take it.
Thank you.
You are given a jacket of the hand of the goddess, which is a magic item, requires attunement. It grants +1 to charisma to a maximum of 20 and proficiency on persuasion skill checks.
Would you be able to type that?
Yes. That in the chat.
I also don't know what kind of iron stone we got.
It is an iron
Protection.
stone of protection.
Protection.
And yes, it is
+1
exactly
to
as it is.
AC.
Yep.
That's if it rotates around your head, though. What if I like shove it inside me or something? Does that like give a bigger bonus?
It does not. It gives no bonus, in fact.
Really?
No. Unfortunate.
Guys, we are gonna have to get the Iron Stone back because I tried equipping it the wrong way. Turns
Oh,
out.
God.
Wouldn't mind some extra AC.
Caldana, as you are speaking with Matriarch Ashana, one of the guards shows up. Pardon me for interrupting. She looks over. Araya, I did ask not to be disturbed. He nods. I know. I apologize, Matriarch. The Inquisitors are here. They are declaring this a quarantine zone. And that's where we're leaving off for tonight.
Oh my god.
God damn it, dude.
Wow.
You got things to do. Stop.
Thanks,
Well, actually,
Varys.
this is all Varys' fault. Actually,
It's not my
Yeah.
fault. What did I
thought
do?
I was going to have a way harder time getting you all to sell out Lockheed's Haven. I'm like, holy shit.
Sell out Lockheed's Haven how? What did we sell out? I told the honest truth.
No money.
Yeah,
paid
you sure
fans.
did. Which is exactly what I needed. The honest truth. That a group from Lockheed's Haven knows how to do blood magic and knows how
Yeah,
to summon
exactly.
demons.
Listen, that is accurate. They did.
I heard you say something I did not say.
He did indeed. He did indeed lie.
I was so upset.
He did indeed
I mean,
lie.
I
That said-
heard it, and
that
I went,
said,
no.
Neither of them corroborated it, so he took that to mean that was not the case.
Good.
Yeah, it is a sound.
Rude.
It
You
was
blamed me for it. You're like,
Yes.
Rialta said this. I was like,
did.
I did not say such things.
Should
How dare you?
It's a sound interrogation method.
I
Um,
was mad.
Yeah.
I was mad as a person.
You all may decide what you wish to do with the magic items that you have been given, and indeed, you all reach level 5.
Woo!
Level
damn.
5. I'm
Well
still
done.
alive.
It's a cool new shit now.
Well done defeating the demonette. I
Yeah.
thought that was going to be a very difficult fight. Then I thought it was going to be a very piss
Yawn.
easy fight when you put the 4 cacklers to sleep.
And then it was.
Then it was a
not.
very hard fight again when it kept making its haste roll checks and started shredding people.
Yeah, that was,
that was a shred,
rough.
all right.
Yeah, that enemy is. I mean, it was a CR5 enemy by itself.
Sure.
And
it
I gave
was.
you that and a CR3 enemy in the Watcher and a bunch of CR1 quarters in the cacklers. But
Why you lying? Why you lying? That
I mean, they
ain't
were all
no-
modified, but I made the Demonette a little bit easier and the Watcher harder. So